What's going on, good people? Yours truly, EZDZ, one of the hosts of Chop Shop. We got to crank up episode number 108. To my far right, the one and only world famous Waldo, Dade City's finest. What's going on, brother?
You welcome.
And to my left, fabulated as normal, rocking his University of Thomas Jefferson apparel, Dragon Pride, the one and only A.K.A. Greg Dawes, A.K.A. Ruff. How you feeling tonight, young man?
You were right. You're absolutely correct.
Okay. We got all that out the way. Tonight, man, we got family here kicking it with us tonight, man. We got two really good people, instrumental in this cat we got coming up as you see behind us. You see the background, Michael Penix Jr. youth camp coming to us a couple weeks from now, June 29th to be exact. Right there, what city is gonna be in, Waldo?
In the city.
The city, okay. Pasco High School, Dade City. So without further ado,
it's not
co-event coordinator. Can I do that? Co-event coordinators. Yes. Takisha Penix, Ricky Salem. Welcome to Top Shot.
Thank you.
Okay.
Coach Saylor, appreciate you stopping by.
Okay. I want to go back to April 27, 2024. And I want to go to you first. I know you representing my. I don't mean to throw it with the draft. The draft.
Oh,
the draft. The draft.
Where was I?
Now I remember. Now it came to me. Okay.
And we know where you were.
You done left up, right?
Yeah. So, and we had Michael here in July.
April 25th.
You could be right. You know, it was 25th. Shame on me. That's a sad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
April 25th. So I was wrong.
We went the
I was
first day,
wrong.
baby.
Yeah, first day of the draft.
First day of the draft, yeah. I tried. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Get it right.
Yeah, I got to get it right. Take two. Okay, so with that being said, that day we had Mike come on in July, and Mike spoke about he was told that Falcons weren't going to draft him. So when you got the call, okay, they're going to move forward. I know it's a sense of relief, like, okay, my man, I got drafted. You know, we can start, setting stuff up. How'd that work for you?
So I'm the event co-coordinator for this event, but I also serve as Mike's agent.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? One of his agents. The other one is Reggie Johnson.
Okay.
Shout out to Reggie.
Yeah, shout out to my brother Reggie. So yes, the Falcons did mislead us on draft day.
Okay.
But by Tuesday, before the draft, we knew what the floor was, where Mike was going.
Okay.
We knew the team, prepared for it, everything. Talked to the Falcons the day of.
Okay.
And they kind of misled us. I won't give too much of the details.
You don't have to.
But they misled us.
Okay.
And then as we sitting there talking, with the seventh pick came. So we strategized into like, okay, if this happened, this is what's gonna happen.
Okay.
I look to my left, and Mike is like in his phone.
Okay.
I look, I'm like, the Falcons on the board. Okay. And Mike just
It got real.
I say, oh, we about to go to the A.
Okay. Yes, sir.
No, I'm saying, but no, a lot of people in the draft process, they was wrong about Mike. There's a lot of people that get paid to provide entertainment with their mock drafts and talk about information that you heard everything from Mike is too old. He got the knee injuries. He can't throw a hitch all of a sudden now.
Yeah, I heard that. That was baffling.
I don't know how that works.
He can't take pressure. Like if you think they talk bad about Shador, they talk bad about Mike. There's also some stuff at his old school, but the kid is resilient. Come from some resilient people. You know what I'm saying? Starting with his grandmothers down to his parents.
Yeah, she liked the bump.
And so wherever he was going on that day, we was prepared. And we know Mike as the player and the person. Like, I tell it all the time, man, that kid's special.
Yeah.
And the other thing I say, the reason why, like, Mike Arm is so talented. He made throws that made Jesus Christ say Jesus Christ. He's special, man. I always tell him that. He's special, but he's a humble kid. who's now a young man who on the verge of getting married and starting his family one day. But you know what I'm saying, getting ready to lead the Falcons into the 2025 season.
And a lot of people, they see the arm talent, but a lot of things that they don't understand is how fast he can read a defense.
He process it.
How fast he processes defenses. Like
Yeah.
the mental aptitude, he doesn't get praised enough for that part of the game, what he does.
Well, he's a son of a coach.
You gonna say that? You gonna say that with me sitting? Well, we're not gonna get into why that might be, but I'll go ahead, Mr. Sailor.
Yeah, like no, he's a son of a coach, and a lot of people they don't give him that credit. They give other people and analysis that oh, this guy he came from a son of a coach. Like no, Big Mike Penix, you know what I'm saying, is his coach and been his coach for a long time. And when there's time to turn over the reins and put him with qualified quarterback coaches, he did that. His dad was a high-level athlete, smart athlete that boiled down to
I don't know
him.
about smart. Nah, he was good, though.
Yeah, no,
Man, like that man will defend himself, man. Tighten up,
it's
man.
always us.
Yeah.
And his mom,
Wow.
and don't get it twisted, his mom was an athlete
As
as
well.
well. Yeah.
So she was an athlete.
Yeah,
That's where he get it from.
She ran track and she provided all the hype for all the kids.
Right.
But Mike mine is very smart. I remember during his senior year, I actually thought Mike was processing it too fast at some point to where sometimes his feet wouldn't catch up with him because he just seen it so fast and so quick. Mike wasn't playing a game with the defense. He was playing the game with the defense coordinator.
Right.
That he was just so high level. Like his football intelligence is off the charts. I told everybody put their phone on.
You did. You
Yeah,
did.
tell everybody put your phone on. That's a demerit, Torres.
Yeah, not
Be
right.
prepared to get scolded after the meeting.
Yeah.
Strongly worded emails are coming your way, sir.
So we'll get to the quiet lady over here. So
Yeah. Let's go back to it.
when April 25th hit, draft night, and the phone call was made, what was going through your head and the emotions you were feeling?
At that time, I was just like, finally getting his acknowledgement. You know, it was like, at first, like, you gonna answer the phone? Because it was buzzing
Right.
next to me. And he looking down, I'm like, are we supposed to do something here? Like,
He said Tennessee was on the clock on the TV.
yeah.
And he said he knew he wasn't going to Tennessee.
Yeah.
So he said he didn't know, he thought somebody was prank calling him, but the
Yeah, I really
TV
said
delayed.
that.
Yeah.
Well, the TV delayed. So
Yeah, that would make me turn it left side.
Yeah, we looking, it was like, okay. So I'm just sitting there, and then he get the call, and he's talking, and in my mind, I'm just like, finally, you know, he's getting
There's a lot of work
acknowledgments.
that
Yeah.
all of y'all put in for him to get to that point. And I remember what was so funny is that my brother again got national exposure because if you recall it, before they announced it, he let's go, he's screaming.
No, that was actually me.
Okay, right, but he was the one
I
that
had to get him off the couch.
Yeah.
right, exactly.
He was in club, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Club Atlanta on the Sunday night for the holiday.
Yeah.
Sunday night for the holiday. Yeah, he
I
lost
say
it.
this.
I said, boy, we're on ESPN. Get out.
he got drafted number 8, top 10 draft pick. Everybody in the room was quiet.
Yeah.
They smiling.
Well, I think it was because the way they had set us up. Because they told us, they said you don't celebrate until the cameras are on you. But then they like moved into that next pick with the Chicago.
It was
so-
wrong.
Yeah, it was wrong.
There's also,
They skipped us.
There's also
With the
some
delay.
product that was on display that ESPN, like, there can't have no product on display.
Okay.
And remember, I was like, hey, cover that junk up.
Okay.
So it's a lot. It's a lot more to it than what
Yeah.
people are aware of.
Yeah.
But I remember, I still remember so vividly. I was running, helping the basketball league. We played at Loretta Inc. right there in Carver City, down from Conan. So my partner Dante got the phone, and I told Waldo in January, we're gonna take Mike. No, man, I got Kirk. I said, maybe we're gonna take Mike. I said, just in my heart. And then when all of the management went up to see him in Seattle, I said, man, everybody don't do that. I said, they don't do that for. I said, it's something that they see. So I'm running the clock. They up and down basketball. He said, man, y'all finna pick. He said, damn, Big D, y'all got Mike out of, man, damn the game. I done went jumping. I'm jumping around like, but we got him. I mean, because I knew, and being from the city, it was something where we hadn't had that excitement. Like, don't get me wrong, Matt Ryan was a great quarterback.
Yeah.
Did a lot for Atlanta. But going back to like Michael Vick, and you know, Atlanta, a lot of African American fans are up there, and that's something that like, okay, hey, now we on board.
Yeah.
Because everybody saw Mike. I had my cousins call like it did that following Sunday. Y'all did something at the house. We got a picture with him. Man, I ain't know you knew Mike. Well, look, tell him, listen, we can do something up here in Atlanta, man. He can come by and hang out, kick. I said, man, Mike doesn't play football.
Yeah.
We ain't know anybody going on Cameron Road. He go to Green Brown Ball. He going to play football.
Not doing no
And
walkthroughs.
yeah, and we're gonna keep it just like that. So now let's fast forward. Let's get into the camp y'all got coming up. How'd that come together?
Okay, you want me to start?
Go ahead, yeah.
Well, so it's a
As you see behind us, good people.
yeah. So I would say register for the camp, but
Yeah, that's dead.
That's dead.
yeah. So
2 hours.
the city has so much love for Mike. We opened our registration at 11 a.m. 1 p.m. it was totally full.
Oh, can I tell the story? Okay.
What you know?
I text Rick. No, I'm talking about I text you. I tell my left. I said, hey man, whatever y'all need us to do. I said my nephew. I'm trying. He said, man. He said D right now. I said 183. Like, damn. Okay. Well, hey, I told him, hey, bro, y'all didn't heard me get in. So they did. They did get in. They got in. They made it. You know what I'm saying? But it was just for me. It's like it just shows you, just like you said, how the city is behind them, and I'm so grateful because it's one thing we've had athletes come through the city, play ball or whatever, and I don't want to offend nobody, but I talk to them a lot.
No, it is.
A lot of people don't do their part.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's important to give back. So here it is. You got kids, Dade City, Zephyr Hills, Tampa, to see somebody from Dade City, and he's on one of 32 jobs, an NFL starting quarterback. For a kid 9, 10, 11 years, it gives you this, I can do this. Because I'm looking at somebody. And you know his role. Y'all know, everybody knows his role. You know, we've been following him since junior year at Tech.
Right.
Waldo said I was hating on him.
Yeah, was hating on him. Let me tell you, Keisha.
Here comes
Uh-oh.
Yeah, here you go.
So we go, little Michael come, and he going, I said, he going to Tech. I said, he the best quarterback in the county right now, hands down. No, man, he ain't better than, what's
Black.
K. Well,
K.
but
Well,
I'm going to tell you why.
the
But
one
I'm
he
tell
played first game.
But Keith, let me tell
I
you why
said,
though.
Yeah, I was
You ain't gotta
there.
tell
I was
me
there.
why.
I was
You ain't
there.
gotta
But
tell
I'm
me
gonna
why.
tell it. But I'm gonna give you my story. I'm gonna give you a chance. You go first.
And I'm just
Watch
saying.
how
I
it's
told
gonna
you
go.
he the
Watch how it's
best.
gonna
He the
go.
best quarterback in the county. As soon as he touched down, he the best quarterback in the county.
Okay.
Oh no, we got other quarterbacks. Oh man, boy, you just talk about that's your cousin. I said, all right, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to the game.
Okay, but with respect, I've had people talk about their family and
Yeah.
they don't deliver.
And that's
You ain't
why.
heard
But after
that's
that,
why
okay.
I don't. You won't hear me. But
Okay.
yeah, my son. No.
But that's why.
I'ma let y'all
But I'm
see
so
it.
grateful because that's the first interview we ever did. Was
Right.
with Mike.
It was with Mike.
And I remember
Had my
Waldo
baby in the
grandma.
bar.
Well, I was gonna grandma was gonna jump on me. Yeah, because we had them.
Hey,
They had a Budweiser sign
That
over.
was him.
Yeah. Now you put it on me. Okay. Now you co-sponsor the activity. Now you do the first 48. I wasn't there. That's cool, bro.
You was in the picture, dog.
Hey, man,
Yeah,
I
thank you.
know. But
No, he
Daryl
was
may
held
be
against
saying
his
it, though.
will. He was held against his will. So
There
that
you go.
So with that
Absolutely.
being said, after I saw him, I said I said he is what they say he is, and I was good with that. So he was like when he went off. I mean, so his whole story, like Waldo talked about, recruits and different things, but to see that journey and where he is now, that's good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
and it's taking it back a little bit about what Mike doing at camp. I can show you pictures when Mike was 14 years old when he joined Unsigned Preps where he was doing community service. So him being 25 now, Mike is an old giver. He's been giving for a long time now here in the Tampa Bay area. In college, he did one of the dopest things I think one could do. Where his senior year, he became a season ticket holder. He probably was the only active player who's a season ticket holder that he purchased four tickets or 4 seats for the season in section 127. Keisha picked it out because usually when people give free tickets,
Be in the nosebleed.
Yeah.
they like Usain Bolt be pointing. They be wearing the 300. No, but Mike and Keisha, they had wanted to with the kids. They really had a
Get
good
a
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
What's
a
up,
good
man?
experience.
So like you said, the average athlete don't even think like that.
Yeah.
Go
And
to
it
that.
wasn't, and it
Beyond
wasn't the
themselves,
same
yeah.
for people. It was
Yeah.
for the home, for
It's called Mary's Place.
Yes, Mary's Place.
Which is a facility that house
Oh yeah, he did the
750 homeless kids and families.
Wow.
And so every home game
They rotated.
You know,
Okay.
And he also got them from the apparel deal that he had with Simply Seattle. He supplied all of them with shirts. And you know, a lot of times growing up, if we able to go to a game or something,
You better eat before you go.
that's the message we get told.
Yeah.
Oh
Eat
yeah.
before you go, don't ask me for nothing.
Yeah. Don't touch nothing. What you want? Nothing.
So Mike didn't want the kids to have that experience. So each kid, they, you know what I'm saying, he supplied them with money, you know what I'm saying, so they can go to the concession stand themselves and buy their own stuff.
Oh,
And
that's
so
it.
you told him not to touch nothing and don't ask for nothing.
Oh, there's plenty of time.
But and the thing I think so I think it's dope just to do that. But there was a point during the season where there was the Oregon game. And you gotta remember this is the last Big 12 game. I mean Pac-12 game with Oregon. No, I said at home.
Top 7 matchup. I remember vividly.
Yeah.
I was
Game
there.
day. Game day. Yeah, that's another conversation.
The
Another story.
Penix family travels.
Yeah.
And you know what we needed? We needed like 14 extra tickets.
Yeah.
And one thing that didn't get touched was those kids' tickets.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't even debatable about, hey, let's get them 4 tickets and they can come to. Nope.
I told you that
wasn't
game.
debatable.
I think I got my tickets probably the night of the night before the game.
Yeah, so Mike was stressing about getting them tickets, but he had wanted to make sure that them kids got the chance to experience that. So as Mike got older, his giving has been he's been doing more, you know what I'm saying, to impact people. And again, like everybody here, y'all know the Penix family. That's what they do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the apple don't fall far from the tree.
Right.
So discreet dedication that's been held for him on the 28th. What we wanted to do was piggyback that with a free youth football camp. You know what I'm saying? Be for 250 kids to come out totally free.
Yeah.
Food, entertainment, form, getting coached by Mike and a host of other local coaches and pro players, college players and stuff will come out.
But that's what I'm saying, and that's the beauty of it, because there's a lot of cats, and I hate to sound like a broken record, that do not understand the importance of giving back.
Yeah.
And I wish that was something that other players, because this is a second-year guy in the league. We got guys that played 5-6 years. You know, they clubbing, they stunt when they get out and hang out, but do something, because once again, that gives a kid hope.
Right.
They can see like this is attainable. I see a guy from Dade City. I remember like Jerome Brown. You remember Jerome Brown?
I went to his
Brooksville.
Yep.
Went to his camp. You know, he was
No, his
tragically
mom,
killed.
Cynthia Brown.
Yeah, tragically killed in a car accident.
Nephew on the bus tour.
1992, exactly. So
Jeremiah.
to me, that's something that more people in the city, because we so quick to pull up, oh yeah, he from the city, 813, this,
Oh,
this,
yeah.
this. But what does he do?
Yep. I
Is he
say that
doing
all the
anything?
time.
Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? What impact are you making? You really ain't doing that.
But even beyond football, is the way he's lived his life. I think is a bigger message for the young people that he stay out of trouble. Great family.
Right.
Yeah.
One.
I agree.
Despite the one who's sitting directly across from
Waldo,
me.
and I ain't gonna let you talk about Waldo. Waldo good as gold. He ain't worth killing.
You gotta let
He
me.
ain't worth
I'ma
killing,
do
but
it.
he good as
Yeah.
gold though.
Actually, the beard oil is actually all right, but yeah, and I think that's another part of it, you know. And shout out to his mother, his family in general, definitely minus Waldo, for the work that you all put in.
Yeah, and Keisha, she's knee deep with planning this camp.
Yeah.
So the whole thing was when it
I'm
was
learning
time,
a lot.
You learned a lot?
I'm learning.
when
I
it
got a
was
good.
time
I
to
got
do
a
the
good
camp.
teacher.
It's like, all right, hey, Keisha, you gonna learn how to do this. She said, why? So you don't have to do it no more? I said, nah. I
Exactly.
just want to teach you something.
But I think, like I said, that's the beauty of, like I say, just giving back, making a difference, because there's some kids that's gonna come out there, never been around an NFL player, never get to go to a Bucks game, you know. So here it is. There's a guy that, man, I was at this camp. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool. Because I know when I was growing up, we ain't nobody having no camps for us.
I mean, I remember Darren Hembred had Michael Irvin and LaCucci.
I know that was wild.
It wasn't
I
at
can
no
imagine.
camp. It wasn't at no camp. He
Yeah.
had a mink coat on in the
Yeah.
summertime.
Yeah, I can imagine that was off the chain. I can imagine a lot of activity. Yeah, there was a lot of activity.
It wasn't
going
no
on.
camp, but we seen Michael Irvin. I was like, man, that's Michael Irvin.
Yeah, we saw like the wreck or something.
We was at the park.
At the park. He had to
was
pull
like-
up with a mink on.
Yeah.
At the summer.
I think it was like a basketball tournament or something like that, but it wasn't no he ain't had no business out there. Not in no mink coat.
Exactly.
We playing basketball with our shirt off. He got a mink coat on.
Well, and then you think about like real small Lakuchi, like a star like Michael Irvin is here, and so that's what I think was important for Mike and his family is to have the camp in Dade City, like because we could have easily had it in Tampa, and say, hey, Dade City, come to us.
Right.
Like, nah, them people on State Street can't get to us.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? So we going to them. So, and as long as we had a big enough field, because the turnout, I think, was almost at 600 people.
Yeah, it's-
So we're going to figure out.
People on the wait list.
Yeah, we're gonna figure out.
Ooh. 600?
Yeah.
A lot of folks ain't going to church that day then.
They
gonna be at church.
don't show up to the camp. There ain't no room.
They don't be late, huh?
Yeah, no.
They got number to call. Hey, I'm on 52. I'm trying to get there.
But again, I tell you, it is so much love for the Penix family that when Mike, because Mike didn't even get a chance to put it out.
Yeah.
So Mike was on the practice field.
I think I put it out first. I think.
Yeah, you did
I
it
put it
first.
out in this group text. I didn't even post it online yet. I was trying to get family like, hey, I got kids.
Y'all better get in.
Sign up, and as soon as you went in.
I think you put it in the group chat, then it went out as soon as you put it in the group chat.
Yeah, it was.
I thought I was
within
doing
a
something. I'm
couple
like,
minutes.
I know Waldo know about it because I saw your post, and I was like, man, well, whatever you need for us to do. Like, I need volunteers. I'm like, whatever you need for us to do, we're on board. Yeah. Then I hit Waldo with it. He was like, man, F them kids. I ain't doing that. I'm like, damn, bro, you the worst, bro.
It's so soft. Yeah. so soft. Because I met Waldo at the time. Tell you, I was high school coaching. He was a referee.
Oh wow.
I can't think of the kid name that was at Freedom High School.
He was coaching at Freedom?
No, never.
He was coaching at.
I'm a winner. I was at the J.
Yeah,
University of Jefferson High School.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Ash.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was like, I'm talking about, it's like he like put the chains down. Hey, Rick, I'm trying to tell you, they got this kid named Jeremiah Ash over at Freedom. He good. I'm like, he good like that? He like, yeah, he good. He play my 7-on-17. He like, yeah, he good, bro. He good, bro. I went and looked at the film and I called him. They was playing against Plant because I think
it was a Plant game.
It was a Plant game. I'm like, hey, boy, you ain't lying. He can play. And I don't know what happened to the kid, and I hope everything is well, you know what I'm saying, with him. But he's so soft. He loves kids. He can't even help
I just know where he was at Freedom. He wasn't gonna get no looks nowhere. He didn't have no opportunities. Else. But I seen him playing, and I'm like, bro, he good, bro. I think he ran the kickback that game.
Yeah. If for a second, remember the play. It's like I still remember Lil Mike highlight tape for his 10th grade year. The very first play, it was a stupid call, but Mike is so good. Like they rolled left and threw all the way back outside the hash, about 30 yards, 40 yards downfield on the right hand side. You know what I'm saying, to the tight end, and I'm like, oh yeah, he good. Bad play call.
and that's the thing that really, like, watching Lil Michael, and I try to tell people, like, he good. It'll be a play like that you'll see on a tape, but everybody don't understand how difficult it is to complete that pass.
Oh, he make it look routine.
Right.
You mean it's not routine.
He threw a pass against Texas.
Oh yeah.
Well, it probably was, I think it was a Jalen Pope, but he had the corner trailing and the safety coming.
Closing, yeah.
And he split. Just like
in the end zone?
No, he caught it and went into the end zone.
Yeah. Well, what about the one he threw to J-Mac in the end zone?
That's what I thought you were talking about.
It probably didn't get 7 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
That's the one I thought you were talking about. I'm talking about a dart.
Yeah. And the thing is, like a lot of people, they thought that was Mike coming out party. I'm like, he do that every week.
Yeah.
His coming out party
Y'all just didn't watch.
His coming out party was against Ohio State.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that game because beforehand, because this one had Justin Fields.
Yeah.
And I was telling people, I'm like, you're gonna see who's the best quarterback after that game. And he threw what five?
Nah, he threw he threw 5 touchdowns, 495 yards.
Yeah,
and they lost by 6.
Oh, we'll see him again this season.
And but it should have been 6 touchdowns and 601.
We play the Jets,
right?
Yeah, we do.
We do. We got
We'll
the
see, we'll see him this season.
Yeah.
If he playing.
I know we do.
Who the other? Didn't they sign another quarterback?
No, it's just Justin Fields. He's gonna start.
Oh,
He got
no, I'm thinking about the Giants.
He got the keys
the
starting out.
Giants got
So
three,
Keith, let me
don't
ask you, sophomore year we leave it Pasco. How did he want to leave?
He had no choice.
They had no choice. Okay.
Wow, I guess
Since you brought it up.
Honestly,
Okay.
because what was happening there.
They ran the wing T offense.
Okay, so you can let it go.
Okay.
They ran the wing T offense with Lil Michael at quarterback. As you see, that's not conducive to what he's doing.
Yeah.
Wing T like the
they
veer.
did.
Yes.
The coach fumbled that, then he fumbled that
Yes.
bad.
With talent, nah. With
say
talent,
He
which
fumbled
is
that bad.
I'd say
Were they little?
Sold it.
Craig Myers was on that team.
No, were they little? Were they little?
That's one with the Auburn.
No, Pasco
5-star recruit.
Yeah, 5-star recruit. Yeah, I remember that.
His
yeah.
brother was on that team, Javon, which our cousin.
Yeah.
He was on that team as well. They had talent. J-Dawg was on that team.
All I must just say is politics.
But I think, and that's what I wanted to get to. And even like Rick, you still are in
Wing
tune with
T.
the game a little bit.
Wing
know
T
what it
And we
is.
get on here, man, and
saw
to
it a
me, it's
lot.
like high school football has really, really fallen off in the Bay Area. Like, let me give you a perfect example. Another one of Pasco's, DJ Pickett, out of Zephyr Hills. We saw him 2 years ago. They played Lake Wells, right?
Yeah, they played
That was last
Aaron
year.
Donald.
No, 2 years ago. But we
it's
went to
Aaron.
his junior. Dawes went again.
I
We
went.
went to. They
Oh,
played
okay.
spring state. We went to the junior when he was, and DJ was so much better than everybody else. And the other kids, like they were just like a step behind. They just didn't have it. But we've gone to games locally where you got Brandon, who was a strong team at one time. Now they only dressing out 20 kids.
Oh, yeah, well, he's talking about they were stronger than 90s.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, but
In
okay.
the 80s when I was
But even
there.
like, that's what I'm saying. But even like high school football now is like, you got 3 or 4 teams every year that are going to be relevant. That's your Tex, your Plant. Armwood's going to be
Jesuit.
back. Jesuit, of course. You know, Berkeley's won a state title. TC is okay. But when you start getting into that, like King won 2 games.
Well, I went Lato.
Okay, Lato went 5 years. So they had a graduating class that didn't win a game. And y'all were tough. Y'all were solid. Y'all were beating Hillsborough in the 90s.
When did you came on the 90s? Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I go back,
Mike
Lato
Jenkins- Mike and
was
them, huh?
solid. But it's just like, it is like now.
Yeah, Mike and them, yeah.
But it's just like nowadays, high school football
It was-
has really.
it was actually
it's just,
Rick and
it ain't the same.
Working.
And I don't know. And I don't know if it's the.
Well, here's my theory.
What's your take on it?
So since I came in this world on the professional side, I haven't seen as much high school football
Okay.
in the area.
Good.
So no, but
You ain't missing nothing.
so this was something I always thought. I thought when the state champions, the kids from Plant, Onwood, Jefferson, because at the time them was the state champions at an area. When those kids turned 30 years old, coaching would be much better. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, even at Brandon's and Lato, just what it takes to be a champion, you don't know. You never won it.
Right.
Earl Garcia, he can't tell me what it is to be a champion. You never won it.
Right.
You read it and you saw Nick Saban do it.
Right.
But like, you know what I'm saying? But you have these kids, whether they went, you know what I'm saying, Major D1, or they did some good high school football players that contributed, they were state champions. So I thought that the football talent would get better. Something in the area that, and I was talking to Nelson Vasquez. Nelson Vasquez is alumnus of Plant High School. I call him my son. I love him so much, I even got him on my life insurance policy. That's my child.
Okay.
I was talking to Nelson about this the other day, that if you look what has happened in Hillsborough County and the Tampa Bay area, it's a beautiful thing. Now, it may have hurt high school football, but it's a beautiful thing. What has happened? We have several NFL agents here. The general manager, we had NFL general managers with Brad Holmes is from Chamberlain High School,
Chamberlain,
for
yeah.
the Detroit Lions.
Absolutely.
Mike Martin is who's a GM for Notre Dame from Jesuit.
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
We Dallas this year going up to Dallas Gold.
Yeah, Dallas Gold. I'm waiting for Pellin to call me. He text me. He sent me on Facebook, man, I'm going to call you, bro. I'm going to call you. So P called me.
Okay.
He see what's up with him.
Yeah.
And then we have about 15 college coaches that all from Hillsborough County. Yeah. That if you put us in Corey Moore just became a full-time scout for the Rams.
Former coach at Lakewood, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So if you look at all this talent, like we all left the high school ranks. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And went to go on the professional side. So yeah.
You getting paid.
Well, it's not just the paid part, because as a high school coach, I never signed up to make money.
I understand.
And I don't understand the language that coaches, when they start doing that, because that's not what we signed up for. We signed up to change lives. And
to be positively impactful, which sometimes coaches don't get enough credit for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or some of us didn't put in the effort when we had the opportunity, because I think I had some of the greatest coaches. And since we're all here, I had an almost exclusive black coaching staff in the 80s and wasn't thinking that way. I was, just going through the motions. But, I had Coach Nelson, Coach Hub, the late Coach Al Barnes was on that staff. I had Coach Mack, Coach Dawson. They wouldn't even think about it. All black coaches, all black educators too, Daryl. Didn't even think about it. So, and now they've had opportunities, have gotten better and better. So I think it's just time. Yeah. And it's well earned too.
Yeah, so if you look at like all these people, so you easily talking about 20 to 25 people that was working with the youth at the football level that's no longer working with the youth. You may see some fall off. And then
because if you look at the talent that's leaving, as far as you being a great coach, all of the people you named are being great coaches. That's why they're getting other opportunities. Yeah. So the people that are replacing them, I don't see them being able to fill those shoes.
Yeah, and I thought it would be the 30-year-olds.
But they're not giving them the opportunity.
They're not giving them opportunity. Yeah.
Some of them went to the college ranks. You know what I'm saying? Some of them went to the pro ranks. You know what I'm saying? And then some of them just didn't get into it, and some of them just not just good coaches.
Okay, but even with this, and I don't want to offend nobody.
You going to?
He's gonna say, but
what year you started at Tennessee Tech?
The year that I started, 95.
Earl Garcia been at Hillsborough since 1993. Yeah. To me, and this is just me, times have changed. Let somebody else come in, but you're stuck on having the all-time wins for Hillsborough County. That's not helping kids.
I know.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So to me, you have a window. Okay, hey, I'm here 5-6 years. Let me try to do something different, because if I'm not winning, why are you keeping me? Yeah. And Hillsborough, Hillsborough was a strong program.
Oh yeah,
always been a solid program. They get elite athletes.
Hillsborough had no competition back then.
Exactly. Went to the state. They played state title. They played in '96. But I look at it now where Hillsborough is like 5-5, 4-6, 6-4. What why are we still riding with? You understand what I'm saying?
Sometimes it doesn't look very good in doing that.
But that's still. But you're not getting better, bro.
It's about impact,
right?
And that's the thing I love when I look back and look at, some of the fruit off my tree,
right?
Like my mentor Tyrone Keys, he always talk about from the root to the fruit.
Right.
And so when I look at my guys, because they're in their 30s and stuff now, right, kids and everything.
And they still call you coach, don't they?
Yeah.
Always.
Call me coach. Andre Davis coming. Call me Rick.
Shout out to Dre, man.
Shout out to Dre, man. Yeah, Dre a wild boy.
Yeah,
that's my boy.
Freakish athlete.
Oh yeah.
Freak show.
And the thing is, Dre hit me last year because he had wanted to do something. And he texted me, and he had wanted to respect my time because he said, Coach, I know you're a busy man. And I told him, whatever you want to do, let me know, because I made a promise to him when he was 14 years old that I'll always be there for you. And so just because I'm not your coach, that don't mean that promise stops. Right. And sometimes that happens in coaching at times. Like, hey, when you playing for me, I love you. When you ain't playing for me no more.
Yeah.
Go on and get off my line.
Yeah. So like So the
I
thing,
know a coach like that.
Well,
Yeah, little Michael like that.
it's a couple people like that.
Yeah.
But the
I want to
thing,
fight him.
the thing that we have to do, we have to keep our.
Why open the door?
But hold on, give me a second real quick, because we have to keep our youth in mind, because there's a danger zone for our kids from the age of 18 to 25 years old. And one of the kids who just recently died, Terrell Farrell. You know what I'm saying? Was a Hillsborough. He was a Hillsborough County kid.
With the Toledo, yeah.
Yep. Played on my 7 on 17 just for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? His mama loved him. And he just recently died. And there's been plenty of Hillsborough County athletes who then died over the last 10 years under the age of 25 years old. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so we want to talk about paying coaches more and all that stuff. Hey, I get it, but I don't get it. But somebody need to start a program to help those young men, because there was 4 kids that came through unsigned preps and got killed. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Broke my heart. No, my best friend was killed 20 years ago on June 6th, made 20 years, and it still hurt me. You know what I'm saying? To this day, it still hurt me to this day. He was 23 years old, and so that's what I'm saying. There's a danger zone for these kids. No, so we have to figure out something to get them before the age of 25.
Mm-hmm. But I think something that triggers that, Rick, is that a lot of families put expectations on these kids. As if you're going to be the ticket, you're going to be the way out.
Oh, it's worse now, NIL.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like when you don't meet those expectations, there's a sense of resentment, disappointment. You let the family down.
They drop off.
And that's what I'm saying. So when you go through that, there's like, who can I talk to? And that's why I say the bad thing is when kids, and I always try to tell people there's nothing in Tampa for you. If you're going to school, go to school, never come home to visit, but don't get sucked up into, I want to run back with the same crew like we spoke before we started. Guys are still in the same mindset 30 years ago. Yeah. You're not on that no more.
Yeah, Tampa done swallowed up professional athletes.
That's what I'm saying. And there's so many
not even before they get to the big, they done swallowed up when they got there.
Look at Josh Freeman, look at Doug Martin, just to call out names. They got caught up.
Swallowed up in the city.
Into the city and what the city offers. And there's a lot of distracted. That's why I say,
well, I think they got caught up in Soho. They didn't get caught up in West Tampa, Suffolk Springs.
But it's still part of the city. Yeah. You know, a lot going on. Action and adventure, like Mel Gibson, so like that. But that's why I say, like I was telling my cousin, like, man, we got to get back. I said, man, Mike don't need to be nowhere on the southwest side of town. Keep Mike up there in Flowery Branch. He can run. They got pub. They got everything right there by him. He ain't got to go. He don't need to be doing that no 285.
Yeah, I say that's one thing that's different about Mike and the rest of our family. He don't like to be out in the public, in the limelight. He don't like that. Us, we swinging and banging.
But that's what I'm saying. But I go back to, like I say, but even like when you think about just the city itself, like I remember, I remember seeing on the news when the police beat up Sheffield and Dwight Gooden. And that was like 87, 88. You know what I'm saying? You have to put yourself with good like-minded people that want to see you win. And there's a lot of people that get, when they get a little bit of money, they make it to the league, you know, do a couple things, they come home, everybody want to party.
But you got to know what winning look like too as a person.
That's true.
So if you don't understand what winning is, you bound to lose. Okay,
but even like perfect example, let's go back to Michael Vick. Michael Vick was the face of the NFL in 2003. No doubt in my mind.
Cover Madden,
got the shoes, the Michael Vick experience. They got all over the Georgia though. Yeah. Michael Vick experience. Somebody in his camp should have been like, that's what a lot of people don't have. They don't have nobody to tell them no.
No. Yeah. Tell them
nobody tells them no, because let me say something funny. I know Tom Brady liked to party. You can see it. But you don't know about Tom Brady on there. I'm sure Peyton Manning, Brett Favre loved to party.
Oh, we hear about Brett Favre.
We hear about Brett Favre to this day. Yeah. But the thing I'm trying to say is that there's somebody got to tell you, hey, man, we can't do that.
Right.
We ain't got no bid. Come on, we can't do that. Mm-hmm. But when you think you got the money.
But what if, when the person do say that, what make that person want to listen to you?
There we go. But let me give you a perfect example. I've been knowing this cat for over 35 years. We started as young. He was a little older than me, but I feel if I tell him, man, don't do that, he'll listen to me, and vice versa. I could tell him that, bro, you ain't got no business doing that. Mm-hmm. He hard headed, but in his mind be like, you know, man, D, you right, I'm tripping.
Yeah, you ever told him that when he was 21 years old and had $30 million in his pocket? And
No, I ain't never
face
feel like
of
that.
the
Look at
league?
that picture right there. Look how he went back.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Bud Light sign.
You could tell Daryl was muscling us, right? I was struggling with that smile.
I told you to smile.
Daryl looking like Suge Knight on that.
But just think about that photo going back to we had Malik Davis, Travell Harris, Antoine Sims out of Zephyr Hills,
The boy out of
Daquan Green,
yeah.
Jahad Malphus, Jeremiah Baker. We had some kids in that day that went on and did, you know,
right.
good stuff. And all of them right now that I know
I
of.
can name a ton of them.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So it's like a lot of people, I want to do it for the city, but the city really don't, they want you to get out here and make a fool of yourself and lose it, because then they can talk about you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's what they want, though.
Okay. Well,
I don't think that's what they want.
Tell me what they want then.
I think it just happens, and then it's just like when you doing something and you go to jail, now all of a sudden you stupid. But you've been doing stupid stuff.
Right.
Nobody told you were doing stupid stuff until you got caught. So it's the same way with these athletes. They doing stuff they ain't supposed to be doing, hanging out, partying, and doing whatever they doing, but ain't nobody saying it's stupid because they hanging out and they with them. And they having fun. They enjoying the fruits of no labor.
Hanging out, kicking, yeah. And I
the fruits of no labor.
And you brought it back when you said 21 with $30 million. How can you tell somebody to conduct themselves and you got that kind of money?
But you could tell them.
And
they just don't got to listen.
And they don't need to have 30 million. They can have 30,000.
Yeah.
And for that moment, they may be kind of difficult.
They're gonna Mike with the call it up right there beside it.
He look like her.
Who at me?
Yeah, just like him.
Yeah.
She better
He's a
never,
perfect blend of us.
she
My
better
mama
never
calls
go
him
on
KJ.
board talking about that ain't mine.
But like
My
I
mama
said,
called him KJ.
that was such
Takisha Jr.
That was such a beautiful moment just to see all of that, because it's, for me, Falcons my team, always been my team.
Oh, okay.
So that I go back. 80 lose to the Cowboys. The year they go to the Eagles. 28-3. Lose to the 49ers in 13. I have suffered. So they nobody suffer more in football. His team won the Super Bowl. He was a Buck fan before Mike got there. He seen the team win 2 Super Bowls. So to see Michael Penix play for my team is truly a blessing. I ain't gonna front, I ain't gonna count. Like I told you, I'm running the clock in that game. Somebody being damn the clock. We got Mike Penix. All you Buck fans, we serving notice. We got Mike Penix. And I think also it is that you got Buck fans on the low that pull for him.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's because, like I said, once again,
Mike
good
is-
family.
Mike is
I have
easy to
a-
root for.
Yeah, and I have a lot of people that are fans of other teams, but they said when Michael played them, they're his
Yeah.
fan. So, that's good to hear. For that
Right,
one
I'm telling you, listen, and
Switch for
now-
one game.
I
I
saw
want to
like
go back in the barbershop now.
you do.
So you can talk trash.
They want to cut out. They want to cut out. But
That's the
I
only
said-
reason I was so mad I missed being in the barbershop. We hit on that run at Washington.
Yeah.
I was
yeah.
hot.
I know you were, because you
I
want
should
to go
just
there
go
and
in
sell
there
out.
and just sit in there and just sell out all day.
Yeah. But see, I think also with that too, a lot of times is that hate gonna be there. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, especially when he was at Indiana.
You know what I'm saying? So they struggling a little bit. He get
Yeah,
hurt,
well,
so
yeah.
it's there. But I think, to me, when Washington did their thing, and I mean, it was like, I remember the week they played Oregon. Game they hadn't been to Washington in years. So, I mean, I don't know how far you go back. I go back Washington like mid-80s,
Edmund
Don
and
James,
Yeah.
Napoleon Kaufman, I go
You
back.
can't forget
Rose
Edmund.
Bowl, Barbie Bear, do the stiff. I go
Yeah.
back. So I knew where Washington was. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Mike get a statue at University of Washington, because for so much that he did for that program where it was to where it is now.
Oh, absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? And I go back to here it is again, a kid from Dade City, Florida.
And look at the numbers.
Crazy numbers.
The
I'll tell you, it's so funny. It's like, because I know you and Mike. Y'all on the Heisman. They got y'all on the Heisman. I'm sitting back with my wife saying, hell, I know them. I know them. Yeah, y'all know them. Brad, y'all know them. Yeah, them my folks, man. I know them, man. You know, I ain't got damn of it before. I'm like, I can call Waldo. Waldo the 3-way. Yeah, I know them. call Keisha, everybody, man, see what they doing.
So bringing up that Heisman, let's go back to that experience. How was that going through that whole process of being a mom and being in that moment, watching your son be celebrated like that?
Man, it was. All I can say is, if anybody can experience that, it is so worthwhile. It's a little stressful, but in the most part, I think it was just really good because, like I said, he used to always say, you know, I don't have this sob story and stuff, but I'm like, you know, things started happening for him and him getting the exposure and him getting the acknowledgement, and to me, I just felt like it's finally, you know, because he wasn't a household name, you know, coming out of Pasco. He wasn't a household name. I don't be petty. You ain't like Jane Daniels' mom either, so shout out to that. You ain't never like Jane Daniels' mama.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to say it. I got to throw it out there.
Are you sure?
We didn't
Hey, I'm
say
gonna
I jumped out too quick. Okay, my bad.
Mamas are mamas. Don't
Go ahead. So go ahead, Keisha. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but I mean, it's definitely it's definitely a great experience. And you know, I wish everyone could experience that because just being there, just the whole hype around it. I was hopeful. I thought he was going to win it, but
he got the vote for.
He got the popular vote. Popular vote. Yeah.
And him and Jane Daniels, now they see each other again this year, week 4.
And what did he do a couple of hours before the Heisman Trophy ceremony?
Well, you got a better memory than me, then.
At Adidas.
Oh, yes. So we went into Adidas in New York City, and we did we even pick a certain amount of kids? We were just picking kids that was in there shopping, just walking around, asked them, you know, what you buying? All right, go pick out stuff. And he bought stuff for different kids. I mean, we were literally having to drag people in off the street because people couldn't believe it. And we were like, actually out on the street, like, come in, like you're literally going to get something for free. And they looking at us crazy like, you're right. This is New York. They thinking it's a scam.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What y'all got going on?
We don't believe anything. But
spent $15,000.
Yeah. $15,000 in Adidas. And a lot of kids were happy leaving out of there. And it was weird just trying to force people to take the money. It was like, go get something. Like, for real.
That tells you, unfortunately, where we are in this country, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, I was 45 minutes late for the Heisman.
That's crazy.
You was late?
Yeah, I was late.
My mama was crying. So like they ain't even like it wasn't even like the Heisman, like they was announcing the people they coming in. Mm-hmm. She boo-hoo crying. Mm-hmm. I got the picture somewhere. She boo. I'm talking about she boo-hoo crying. Mm-hmm. Snot bubbles and
I know what you talking about the night before when they had them up on the stage. They was kind of like introduced everyone.
And it wasn't even like
and they were looking at you, Robin, like,
what is wrong with you?
But I think the beauty of that is that it wasn't just Mike up there. It was y'all. It was us. It was every Mike Penix fan was up there because once again that journey.
Yeah.
From where he was, the multiple injuries, the transfer.
Here you
are
really
right
So
here.
there's definitely a piece of him with a whole bunch of people.
Now I'm finna pull up. I just said something to Torres. I gotta clown my son on this. You found it, Torres?
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay, pull this up when you get a chance.
He did it right. He did the right thing though.
So that Sunday you had the event at the house. He get drafted. Kobe don't want to go nowhere.
Alligator.
Huh?
Mike is the only person that can get me to eat some alligator.
Yeah, we had that gator meat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Aunt be getting that. He killed a 12-foot. I said, "Oh no, I'm good. I don't want to see it." They said they had it in the car. I said, "No, I'm good." We had the 2 nephews come out. I said, "Oh no, I'm straight, man." We got one in the car. I said, "No, don't bring that out. Keep it." So, kids get older. They don't want to really hang out with you. Mm-hmm. So my son, he so-called Falcons fan, but he like Mahomes, Chiefs, whatever. So anyway, I said, "Look, man." I said, "We Sunday." They had a picture right there. I said, "We going to." We got invited, to Mike them house. They having a little party for him. So I said, okay. I said, we're going to leave at 11. I said, I want to be out there all day. So we're going to leave early. So I go out, I come outside the room. It's like 10:50. I said, call Kobe, come on downstairs. He said, I'm outside waiting on you. I said, okay. So now, Rick, this for the Floridas gets in. So now he out there, and I get, Kobe like do music and stuff. She's like, yeah, I heard you was rapping at the Oregon game. He said, yeah, I rap a little bit. So, you need some beats. I said, man, that man don't need no beats, bro. That man don't play football. Don't need no beats. Pull the picture up one more time, bro.
Oh, he do beats. Maccabi rapping
Yeah.
too.
So now, later on that night, I get home. He got a Facebook. He done cropped me out the picture. So it's just him and Mike. Listen, hey, he like me and my homeboy just made it, man. You know, my homeboy do it again. And then when he did the thing, when he had the roses for his lady, yeah, my boy just did his thing. I'm like, bro, you the worst. You the absolute worst.
Boy,
I'm like, bro, you tripping.
You just did nephew worse than Michael.
I'm just saying, but that was that was flawed though, man. Like all that was flawed.
Yeah,
How you
got cropped out the picture, bro.
Yeah, you cropped out the like. I said, I'm like, how you? When you took the picture, I'm right here. Oh man, I just put me and Mike. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Oh, I see what it is.
That's cool. I see what it is. Here, no doubt.
Boy,
Shout out to Kobe. Kobe with our real lame. I'm like, man, that's lame. But you the worst, bro.
just told the whole world, didn't he?
Bro, that's the truth though. I mean, that was lame though.
Grew up in the
Like
gated
Michael
community.
Irvin told about his son.
Yeah.
You live in the gated community.
Yeah. And that's why I think, it was so, to me, it was like, just to be around family, you know, I say your father gave did the prayer, but it was so many people, and it was just genuine love. Like, it's so funny. I got some girls I grew up with in Atlanta, neighborhood, same last name Penix. Mike got drafted, Candace and Tangela. If y'all listening, it's all, they was like, hey, that's our family.
You met them?
Yeah.
I met so many.
Exactly. What's it like? It's a bunch of them. It's a bunch of them.
My mama introduced you.
It's a bunch of them. Like I tell you, I never forget at that same event. I said, Waldo, what if I swear with you right now? What you'll do? He said, man, you don't be able to get out of here. It's too many in here. You don't get out of here. He said, you and Kobe gonna get effed up. That's being for real.
He talking about Kobe too. Yeah, he with you. He with you. Y'all roll together.
So that's why I think, it's so beautiful what y'all doing within the community. Like I say, just that family dynamic. And it's like, he's still Mike to y'all.
Little Mike.
Lil Mike.
Lil Mike.
He's still Lil Mike to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the crazy part. Like when you get him out, like, that's Mike Penix, man. Cause everybody, like, I had several calls. Oh, y'all ready now, but y'all got Mike, y'all ready. Y'all gonna whoop the bus. I'm like, yeah, I planned on it. So, week 1. I already know you going up there. I already know week 1, you up there too. So,
Yep, yeah.
you grew up a Bucks fan, right? Then?
No, I grew up a Chicago Bears fan.
That's
What
even worse.
was your draw? What drew you
Probably
in?
Marty Booker.
70, 76 to 90 to 95, the Bucks was horrible.
Okay.
No,
So you just like, okay.
Oh yeah, no, I was never out there rooting for Bruce Hill and
You were never doing that?
We were up in the stands.
Courtney Dawkins.
Corey Hawkins?
Hawkins,
But then you had, what time did y'all get tickets like Little League? Y'all didn't go to games? You wasn't on that?
don't mean you liked
we
them.
had to
Do the
work.
coats?
Yeah.
Yeah, work the coats, okay.
No, I played for the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
So the late great Mike Jenneret, you know what I'm saying? He used to go to the
Yeah, Real Stone Mike, good dude, man, really good dude.
like, man, that was my dude.
Yeah.
But like a child shouldn't be doing all that.
Yeah, they
Being
work.
12
They
years
work.
old,
They work.
holding all the, and then
That's labor. That's labor. Like that's labor though.
Yeah.
And you working.
But
That's a sombrero too. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
real hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's high and hot.
and it's going
Yeah.
at 45 degree. But it's something that happened to me at one of the games that I said I'd never do. And so I remember they was playing Washington at the time, and the game was like almost over. And there's a guy, AJ Jackson, number 47. The game was almost over. I asked, hey, let me get your gloves. He just looked at me and turned around. I said, man, I'd never do that. And then so when I made it to the D1 level, I used to give away all my stuff. No, so I gave away bowl rings, gloves, everything.
Yeah.
And then with Unsigned Preps, we start having the kids in college. We'll go like to the Martin Luther King Center on Ray Park and have those kids come back and give away their stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I never do that because
And he wasn't even popping like that. Like I said, I don't remember the name, but like
That he probably would just blow you called him for his gloves. Right?
he was surprised.
Like, he was like, oh, me?
but
And walked off.
It might be a joke. It might be a prank.
it's those little things that an athlete can do for somebody.
Yeah.
And so
Change
that's
their
why,
life,
like, when I look at Mike, like, it's my dream and hope that every left-handed quarterback in this country, favorite player is Michael Penix Jr.
Yeah.
No,
He's going to have the right-handed ones, too.
yeah,
He's going to have all them.
but every
Just
single
give it
left,
some time.
every single left hand, because they see
The same, yeah.
like, oh, that's Mike. I'm left-handed just like him. The same way to how the left-handers when we was growing up with Boomer Esiason and Steve Young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then Mike is such a good person and easy to approach.
Teresa on here clowning, boy. She cutting
I
up.
see her.
She's
She's
cutting up.
What's she talking
Shout out to the queen.
I don't even know who she is.
That's my wife.
Oh, that's your wife?
She clowning.
Hey, get him in order and tell him with all the
That's hard.
the nasty
Rick, that's hard.
Facebook.
Yeah, man. He'll go there sometime.
He is a reflection.
Now he on men's mental health. That's a new
men's
movement
mental health
now.
women month.
That's what you're doing.
You wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know
And
it.
it's gonna be something crazy. It's a plot twist at the end.
Yeah.
If you get that far.
Yeah.
But I think that's the thing, like you say, just to give back, make that difference, you know what I'm saying? And just, because you talk about, y'all say 600 kids. I'm sitting back thinking about, like, how that's going to be crazy.
No.
I mean, just it's already
That's just-
tried.
they
That's
just
tried.
Yeah.
Tried.
Yeah,
And-
250.
Yeah.
250, that's cut off, okay.
Yeah, the details
And then
are there.
with the
we got some great sponsors as well. Chase Bank,
okay.
is helping out. ARU,
Okay.
They helping out. The city of Dade,
Okay.
the city of Dade City, is really helping out.
Yeah, shout out to Normita Woodard.
Yep, she's
for
boots on the
putting-
grounds.
For putting everything she put into this.
Y'all related?
That's my auntie.
Oh, that's your auntie? Oh. So this is the thing I learned about, that part of Pasco County. Because I started, the first kid I worked with in that area was Jamie Bird.
Lil Bird.
No,
Okay,
Little
shout out to Lil Bird.
Okay. Little Bird.
Yeah, Jamie Bird Jr. And so from him to Joey Ivy and Mike and Nate Craig and it breaks my heart, Damian Wilson, and others from that area, I realized that everybody is related some way, somehow. Like,
Yeah.
hold on. Josh Johnson
And Nate.
and Nate, but
Javon.
no, not Javon.
Not.
Trey.
Trey.
Trey Dudley Giles.
Yeah.
No, Trey Dudley Johnson. You know, like all of them. Like, I'm forgetting the other one. Forgive me. Isaac.
Oh, Isaac Johnson.
Isaac.
Trail.
Everybody is related, but we not cousins. And so between Dade City, Lacucci, what's the other little
Zephyr
hole?
Hill. You throw Zephyr Hill.
Trilby.
Trilby.
I ain't even heard of Trilby.
Oh, I thought, never mind. Don't worry about it
But,
then.
I know I'm like everybody's related, but they not cousins. Like, man, it's this and this, but they got different daddies and aunties and cousins. And when you carry the one, so shout out to Dade City and Lacucci.
352.
So that's like Javon and Nate is brothers, but Nate,
And Josh is brothers, but Javon is not Josh's brother,
right,
who is also not Isaac's brother.
right.
See,
Boy, he said,
And
I know the city now.
And Javon
he learning.
is my cousin. And Javon, my cousin.
Yes.
See, I know the city. I've been there since Bird was 10. Yeah, so like 2010. I remember I used to drive college coaches up there. I'm like, man, they got some talent. But you can come to Tampa and jump out the airport. Come out the airport, you got Jefferson right there, 7 minutes away.
Yeah.
That's you went the year they whooped Jefferson. Jefferson whooped Pasco, right? No.
Oh, what?
Jefferson was past. Yeah, I was out there selling out too.
Yeah, but you know what?
Got humbled.
But
Quick.
so that
First of
year
all-
when we won state, I was the defensive coordinator. Pasco was the only team I was scared
What
of.
happened?
Yeah, say it again. State
No, what-
championship.
Where? The University of Jefferson High School?
The university?
Oh, I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that. Go ahead, tell the story though.
But Pasco was the only team I was scared of that year.
And when I went out there, we wasn't scared of y'all. I wasn't.
And it was 35
And got
going into
whooped.
the fourth quarter.
Got whooped.
And they like, coach, you tripping.
Don't tell me so crazy. It was a Friday after Thanksgiving. I went and got my hair cut that Wednesday. Yeah, we're gonna get on Jefferson there. We get on Jefferson there Friday. I'm like, bro, they took. Oh, man, we'll see that. We coming, and we gonna be deep. You like everybody from the city coming. I said, okay. I hit him up Saturday. I said, no, man. That wasn't it, man.
Yeah. I was mad that we gave up the 14 points.
Late.
Yeah, because they got in the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? So our things always about finishing. But like, they had Janarian Grant. Like Janarian Grant, one of the best high school football players I've seen in my life.
He doing his thing in CFL.
He doing what exactly he always did. I said, so I want to say his junior year film, the first 27 plays, he don't touch the ground.
Moving.
The first 27 plays, he don't touch the ground. Like this kid was like, he jumped 24 and long jump as a sophomore. And I should tell college coaches, I say at the very best, he'll be Percy Harvin. At the very least, he'll be Devin Hester. That's who he'll be.
And it was so crazy.
And he's still returning kicks to this day.
Yep.
In the CFL.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy, like watching him on that team with Nate, and they at Robinson playing against Robinson.
I thought he
And they got Nate, 5-star, big athlete, and they running the Wildcat with Janarian the whole game.
Well, so Nate wasn't the 5-star and stuff at the time. You kind of projected what Nate turned out to be.
You got to get in the ball, coach.
No, you do, but Janarian was way better than Nate at that time.
That wasn't working. They were playing against Robinson, and there was Ken on the Wildcat. You got to get Nate the ball.
All right, so how would you did it then?
I would get Nate the ball.
Who's the quarterback?
Let Janarian throw it.
In what year? What year?
Let Janarian throw it.
Backyard football.
I think that was a year after.
Jacob Guy was gone.
That was a year after. I remember Jacob Guy.
But you got to find a way to get your playmakers the ball though with that team.
Before
But what I'm saying, like, yeah, I agree. Because, so, like,
2011.
oh, he's on
when Nate, like, I know, like, Nate's senior year, he had like 65 catches for like 1,000 yards, which is great statistically. As a defense coordinator, I love it.
Yeah.
Why?
He ain't going up top.
See, look, that's why I won a state championship in. Nate only touched the ball 65 times the whole year. At quarterback, he touched the ball 65 times a game.
Yeah.
That's way different.
Yeah.
That's way different. So he touched the ball 65 times. All right, so you're talking about 6 times. If he played 10 games a season, you're talking about 6 times a year. 6 times a game. 1.2 times a quarter.
Yeah.
For the number 1 player in the country, he touched only 1 time a quarter?
Yeah, I'll try my
I'm
chance.
cool.
Yeah, I'll take my chance.
Yeah.
I'll take my chance.
You put him at quarterback. Shit.
He can run the ball, he can do it up.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all remember DeAndre Porter.
Yeah.
Played at Jefferson.
Yeah, a little trouble. I know
Touched the ball every play.
Yeah.
And he threw for 3,500, ran for 1,600, and 50 touchdowns.
That's kind of what happened. That's kind of thing that happened with Donald.
Yeah,
Donald
Riche.
was-
Yeah.
he was a running back and all.
Riche left, Riche right, Riche at the middle.
Oh, that's the
Riche reverse.
Riche
Hey,
was
Riche
the
bring
only
some
high school
popcorn.
football player I ever was like, I want to be like that.
You
Greatest.
played against him or?
No, so when we played Jefferson, it was in the spring game, and I
Okay.
think Riche was playing baseball.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I never got a chance to play against Riche.
Now, Keith, I was just sitting back thinking, we talk about different sports. I remember Mike played basketball at Tech, and all he did was dunk. I was like, this is crazy. Then all he do is dunk, get the ball, just dunk. I'm like, they ain't got no Mike, get the ball, 2-step, and dunk. I'm like, damn, that's it. It was like that was like Live City to me. He get the ball and just
It was like
dunk.
Live City.
It was just all it was. Live City.
I want
the
to
gym
say
come.
if Lil Michael put as much training as he did in the basketball he did, he'll be probably on the same level.
Oh, he's an elite
being-
athlete though.
being
Like
a
plays
left-handed.
baseball too, right?
Baseball. He did
Yeah,
center
he played
field.
baseball.
pitch.
Yeah,
He pitched a left-handed pitcher.
That boy's
They
a
ain't-
special
they ain't let
He
him
was,
pitch
he was
though.
throwing over 90 at
Wow.
because he
Left-handed
didn't play
pitcher?
high school. He didn't play high school.
Well,
He played
I'm glad he played quarterback
played
at
at Pasco?
Falcons. Thank you, Jesus.
He played at Pasco, didn't he? A little bit.
a little bit.
Big Mike was like, "Nah, he not throwing. That'll mess up his throwing motion."
Oh, okay.
So, Rick, let me ask you, how do you enjoy seeing these kids live their dream and make it? Because I know it's got to be gratifying for you as well, that journey.
Yeah, but it's not on the pro football side because that's a real small portion
Right.
that will go, and then after a couple of years, it's over.
Yeah.
But like when they become, you know what I'm saying, fathers and get back to their community,
Right.
and it's
But you sit back and think, how long y'all been running outside prep?
so
20 years.
Nah. So I started in 2010.
So 15,
yeah. Well, so it's ran in a different capacity now. Cause right now we just do scholarships. You know what I'm saying, for kids. We start the operation like 2021 or working directly. You know what I'm saying, with the kids. But no, we had a good staff that really cared about the kids.
They did.
Put 350 kids in college.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like I say, for kids that may not have the resources to go to school, it costs to go to school, especially if you're not on those scholarships. So to get that assistance, and then like you say, they in turn do what they're supposed to do, get degrees, come back and be productive members of society. And also, like you said, give it back because somebody looked out for them. You know what I'm saying?
And they didn't only do football; they did other activities where they did. The guys would go to like the leadership conference, teach them how to tie, like business stuff. Yeah, so it was really good.
Yeah, the whole thing was to develop well-rounded student athletes.
It wasn't
not
just football.
Football players. Yeah. And that's what I think is.
But you had some good football players.
Yeah. But and that's the beauty to where you have, 3, 4, 5-star kids walking through downtown Tampa at nighttime feeding the homeless pizza. You know what I'm saying? Or going to the Salvation Army and not feeding the food that the Salvation Army has. The kids, they putting their own money up so food can be purchased to feed those people. No, you talk. So it's easy to do that when. Well, I ain't gonna say it's easy, but when you trying to get a Bright Future scholarship, like you kind of like, okay, I'm gonna do this because
I want something out of it.
Yeah. No, these kids like it's just like no. This is what we believe in. This we're gonna pass down to y'all, and it's a rhyme and reason to it. So that's why you have, guys who come back to the community, Mike and others that they give back, whether I'm involved or not involved. No, and that's the thing I think we got away from, especially like say through 7-on-7. That 7-on-7 has turned into the grown man therapy, and their opportunity to get to get recruited. Yeah,
they bite the apple. I tell it all the time. Like, and I don't mean to jump here, but this is something that really troubles me.
Here it comes.
It does because everybody kid ain't going to school.
At all.
Let's be clear.
Everybody not going D1.
Everybody going D1. Some ain't going D2. And that's okay. But the main objective is to put you in a better situation than you were coming in. But so many kids now are consumed by social media. So when they see, okay, hey, this kid's going to such and such, I know I'm better than him. I should be. And I try to tell people what's for you is for you. And people have to understand relationships with coaches. When coaches are looking at getting kids, if you don't conduct yourself a certain way, that's going to prohibit you from getting that look. Because nowadays, you got kids everywhere that can play.
Coaches' word holds weight, even if it's not valid.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's like you said, that's the truth. So I sit back and think where if a kid's in Tampa, they normally going to Jesuit, Berkeley, TC first. And if you are like that, then you may, let's try school. You sit back and think, we send probably 40, 50 kids, D1 AA every year. Is that fair to say?
If not, very close.
Very close. Okay.
It's one of the highest recruited places in the country.
Absolutely. But I think something that I think a lot of people struggle with, like you said, is a lot of dads trying to live through their kids. They want that bite of the apple. If I didn't get it, this is my ticket. And that's what I always liked about Mike. Mike played at Tennessee Tech, went to school, played at elite level. You've never heard Mike talk about what he did in school.
I'll tell you this, though. He had to show little Michael footage, like game film of him playing.
Yeah.
Like he was trying to tell him something. He said he was trying to tell him something about the game. And little Michael wasn't like trying to listen. He's like, "What you think I was a scrub or something?"
Right. But see,
so he put on game film of him playing.
Little bit shorter playing.
Right. But see, he was like, okay, you played at Texas Tech. That's Big 12. That's big time football. unless somebody knows you, read the paper, you don't walk around and talk about that.
Oh yeah.
You don't do that.
Yeah,
So I think,
I'm a JUCO, 2-time JUCO All-American, #1 prospect in the country.
okay, do your thing,
Okay,
Rick.
okay.
Number
Talk
10,
your junk,
number
Rick.
10
Talk your
overall,
junk, Rick.
17 interceptions.
Talk your junk, Rick. Talk your junk, Rick. Talk your junk,
That
Rick.
sound like you wrote that for Titus, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's like,
So I say that jokingly, but yeah, those are things that I did. But ultimately, when you're done playing, the people gonna send you right back home.
Yeah.
So when I was done,
The game over, put your shoulder pads back in the locker.
yeah, they sent me when I left to go to school. We had a two bedroom duplex, 700 square feet. When I came home, Pops had got a 1 bedroom.
wow.
So when I came home straight to the couch. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of that adjustment that when you're in college, you living better than when you live in, you know what I'm saying, you may be living
Certain
at
areas,
home.
right,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's the thing that the players and stuff have to understand. Remember going back to I say you got to watch these kids from 18 to 25 because there is a little bit of depression that would slip in there because you upset that you didn't make it to the league. Then I'm upset that I didn't make the hood happy. You know what I'm saying, by going to the league.
And that's a real thing.
Yeah, because
Right.
the hood don't care about the 2 college degrees I came home with. They care,
No.
hey, did you go to the league?
Right.
Even if I went to the league for an hour. You know what I'm saying? that has more
Preseason, yeah, that hold a little more weight.
More weight than having 2 college degrees. And so, you know what I'm saying, as a young man, you're trying to navigate this.
Right.
And so this was pre-social media. Now with social media, because you know the thing gonna say, man, what happened? Like I had that last year when I went to the Bucks Falcons game. One of my partners that came home, you know what I'm saying, for prison, and I had wanted to take him to a game.
Okay.
And so I got tickets to the game from the COO from the Bucks.
Okay.
That Titus helped me get.
Okay.
I got sideline passes that I want to show my dude a good time.
Right.
We pulling up in the parking lot, and he was like, "Oh, I know Cuz over there." I said, "Oh, okay." You know what I'm saying? So I just parked. He told us, "Hey, I'm gonna come holler at you." You know what I'm saying? We parked. So he go to him. I'm putting on my shirt. Cause you know you don't drive with a nice shirt.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, he's gonna wrinkle it up. So you put that in the back seat, or hang it up. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm putting on my shirt, and I hear the dude say, "Oh, that is Ricky Saylor." I'm like, "Oh," you know what I'm saying, "What up, cuz?" Cause I didn't know who he was, so I referred him to as cuz. And then he told me that he, you know what I'm saying, he played that late, so he this under me on JV or whatever, and he like, "But what happened to you?"
Wow. He said, "Bo, what happened to you?"
But what happened to him?
Here. I'm here.
I'm walking into the stadium.
You working the
As a
parking lot.
workout agent, my client is the quarterback.
Yeah.
He the parking attendant. They say Century on this.
And
what
not
happened to you?
and not to mention, you got tickets from the COO, so you got resources.
And he said, "What happened to me?"
What happened to you?
But and I know when he said that, it wasn't in malice. So that's why.
Nah, what?
That's why
He really just wanted to know
didn't crush
why
him.
you fell off.
Well, hey, that was good. No, but yeah, so he didn't mean no malice, but that's how it
That's
is.
how the hood look at you.
He'll look at you
Yeah.
like they don't care your profession.
That's
like
crazy,
now,
though.
like now, care because my people I get a lot of love, so I won't say that I
Right.
don't get love.
But like you said, but still,
But they
just for the fact-
respect lead, not degrees.
Yeah, but your achievement alone, like you say, coming from that environment, because a lot of people don't make it from the West.
I'm a hood child.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, shout out KD.
Yeah.
KD played ball.
Williams and
KD
Nolan
Williams,
and all
Nolan. But I'm saying, but you have some guys.
The late great Albert
Albert
Perry,
Perry, great running back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I'm from the West,
that's what I
man.
go back to is like, that's what I go back to. You get a cat that come home from prison that'll get more love than a dude that went to college and got a degree.
Double degree.
And I just don't, like say you got two of them.
Man, I want to see that lame ass nigga, man.
That's what I'm saying, but here it is again.
What's your degree in?
Yeah, but like you say,
What that is.
but like you said, but college,
He said
your
you had some
football
pedigree.
experience took you to places average cats don't never get to. Like you say, you played at the University of Texas. You played in front of 100,000 people. You played in Oklahoma. those are big time venues.
Had 2 interceptions against them twice.
Okay,
But
Rick.
talk your talk there, Rick.
Okay,
My
Rick.
bad.
Talk your talk, Rick. That's what I'm saying. But I say that to say
attended that.
right. But you could have.
I was gonna be mean, but it would have been mean.
Yeah,
Like,
you ain't have
I
to.
know-
You're a bigger person, Rick.
Yeah, cause I gonna tell her
You did the right
if
thing.
your mama told my story, it sound better than yours.
Right. Right. And I get that, but like you
But
say,
he didn't mean no malice though. So
but
Yeah.
he just in his mind, I guess maybe you were like
You was the
man,
guy.
You was the guy.
yeah. So I understood what he was, you know what I'm saying, trying to articulate.
Right.
But it's just indicative.
But you
of-
took the high road.
No, but
like
what's
you took the
interesting
high
is he
road,
went
though.
to Lato, which I understand. I want to forget that too, but he should have known because I follow the
Yeah,
university.
I remember seeing your name in the paper. Like I remember Ricky saying, like, okay, yeah, I
Right,
remember
but
him
he's
playing
also
I
a
remember him.
Lato guy, so he should have known and be like, man, I'm proud of what you have managed to do. And he asked that. I don't know. Maybe that's something that.
And I tell you, I won't crush on him because I don't believe it was in malice. Because you know, like sometimes people don't know what to say to you.
And then they say it's already out. You can't
Right.
put the toothpaste back in the
I
tube.
get it.
Right.
But yeah, but it is that's how the hood is. So like we have to change that because we have a lot of players that's coming home that
Have done great things.
they come home depressed
Yeah.
Oh,
because they let down. And I had to learn this when I was talking to one of my kids, a kid Dante Davis, who was one of my first kids, who was getting married on July 19th, and I'll be there in
I
Atlanta.
went to Chamberlain, right?
All right.
No, Dante, he went to Blake,
Okay.
5'8", offensive lineman.
5'8". Wow. Okay.
Yep. And so
Moving mountains.
Nah, well, you know what I'm saying, with his mind. Because like another thing too, like all the 4 and 5 stars, they got mentors. Every single one of them.
Right.
The 5'8" offensive lineman, he don't got no mentor.
Right.
I know what I'm saying. But Dante, because I mentor anybody. But I was telling Dante, and we was having this conversation because he's from West Tampa. And I was telling him I really realized that I was depressed because I let down guys who didn't pass 10th grade. I'm depressed because I let down guys who didn't go past 10th grade. Even though I came home with 2 college degrees, been on TV and all the different type of stuff.
And they ain't put in the work to
Yeah,
get
so
to where
that's
they
when it
need to
clicked.
be.
That's when it clicked to me. Like, hold on, because they don't feel any kind of depression or anything because they let me down because they didn't graduate high school. Know what I'm saying? But that's just how it is where we from, and we gotta better help our kids. And so with the NIL, when you said like guys don't come back home, I think you're gonna see that where a lot of guys they don't come home. Because now in college, you know what I'm saying, they making $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $1 million that I don't have to come back to say West Tampa or Lacucci or you know what I'm saying,
Trilby.
Trilby,
Silver Spring.
or you know what I'm saying, Bartow.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, hey, I can start my life off, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, way better than you know what I'm saying.
I have to
Then
go back home. Yeah.
yeah, I don't have to go
So
back home.
another thing, oh my bad. Another thing with these kids getting these NIL deals
I
and getting
love it.
handed, I love it too. Getting handed all of this money. As far as that goes, how is financial advice or advisors or
Do they give
mentors
them
or
that?
leadership?
I just want to say, what are you asking me?
Yeah.
Leadership. What are they getting along with that? Or are they just getting the check?
Well, certain schools. Well, you want to ask Takisha?
You probably know better than me.
Well, no.
Some schools that have programs and teach them some of the
Yeah.
financial
I know
stuff. But then it's like the
Montlake
kids gotta
Futures
take
had
it.
some advisors and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But Mike had parents. I think. Are you asking about? Because some of the stuff that he would have would be part of his upbringing, whereas.
But I mean,
you know what
everybody
You're
don't
talking
have
about
that
just going to be
I
a
don't
check.
have that because I ain't gonna lie to you.
So
I'm gonna tell you
it's
this. I know his parents.
It's a two-tier
They
question.
got millions of dollars.
Yeah, hey, I got. Hey,
So-
I
so they can't advise him
I
how
came
to
from
manage
good
millions of
past.
dollars.
You gave me $10,000. Bye bye. 20 years old, man. Hey,
Oh, when I got my financial aid check. that was 2,000.
Hey, that guy-
Hey, that was the most money. That's the most money I've ever touched in my life at that
so
point.
it was a check they gave you.
Oh yeah, they gave him a check.
So you walked out there. You walked there to the
I remember
administrator and got your check.
man, I paid the mailman $10 to get me mine quicker one time.
Okay, you trying to get to it. You had big plans with that money.
If you bring me my check early,
Cause by that time,
I give you $10. He came the same time.
I was a
Rick.
father in college. Know what I'm saying? So my daughter was born. So my number one thing is to make sure that she was always
But see,
straight.
but also with that, you had purpose. you had something you had to do. There's a purpose that you had.
Yeah.
So it's a little different because some kids are parents while they in school, so you had a responsibility. And salute to you for taking care of your daughter while in college. Because a lot of times people use it, well, I'm in school, so I really can't. I got to focus on that.
Oh yeah, nah.
So salute to you, man. And
Yeah,
I think also back to what Keisha was saying, when you have come from good parenting, they're gonna put that discipline and say, hey, don't run yourself crazy. Because I always tell people, when you play sports, whatever it is, it's a window that you have. And when that window closes,
I have
It's
the
close.
apple.
you got to have something going. Because I never get Warren Sapp, who talks crazy, but he said every year he played, it was another mouth that he had to feed while he played. Could have been a child, a cousin, a niece, uncle. Everybody wants something. And like you say, eventually you got to say no, or like you say, with the boundaries and doing things like that, because everybody assume that you got it. Everybody assume you got it, so you get that sign about, oh yeah, this is it here, boy. Like this is
They
it.
don't know Uncle Sam taking
Uncle
half
Sam,
of that.
Uncle Sam gonna get his money, and like you say, you
And then
still got to
try
live.
on that.
You still got to live.
Tomorrow ain't promised.
But some
Exactly.
For the
teams,
rest of your life. That's the thing. Like a lot of people don't understand. As an athlete, when you retire, you gonna retire. Someone retiring at 30 years old.
You still got
You still got 40, 50 years of life left.
one
Right.
more, depending on your
Depending on that. That money gotta last you until then.
Right.
yeah.
So if you going crazy, you at Blue Flame, Magic City, you might
never get- I'm telling you
you
a funny
might not
story.
make it all the way to
Somebody
the
a little
old
younger
age.
than you, Sean King. First 2 years of the league,
I don't like it.
running with Keyshawn.
I need some money.
Keyshawn getting it. Okay, well, we ain't gonna do that. Keyshawn got getting money, but you trying to, and that money, you second round pick, you getting
not the same.
400,000-500,000. Keyshawn outside $53 million. That money, that paper a little different. So you got to stay in your lane.
That car that you get, that the great Sean Carter said, they get repoed, resold, and redriven. But to answer your question, like some schools, they do offer financial literacy to the players. And I think sometimes people believe just because the player has an agent, because they'll say, you didn't talk to him about that?
Yeah.
He don't listen to his mama. Who am I? I'm the agent.
And $1 million really ain't $1 million either, right?
Well, yeah, because you have taxes and
Right,
everything.
I'm saying,
but
They don't
No,
say
we
about.
do a
They
good
also
job
talk
with
about
having a tax
now
shelter.
jock fees and all the other stuff that come along with being an NFL player.
yeah, with a pro player, that's
Right,
not
yeah,
at the
pro-
college level.
Right, but things I didn't even know until
Yeah, they said you gotta every state you pay in, you gotta pay
Yes.
taxes.
Yeah.
Where you live at. Yeah, I mean,
And
that's
that's
where you
crazy.
play.
Wherever you
And then
play.
they'll say stuff like, well, because you got to pay the agent this and that. The agent only get 3%. Like, that's...
But I still believe that, like I say, with the money that's being generated, it's so many hands that when the money, you sign the bonus, it's like, hey man, hey man, you remember me? Like, hey man, I'm trying to, what I'm saying, trying to do this, do that.
Waldo, so you said, Terrence, you said
Terry Joe. Call it, like his cousin call it badass Terry Joe.
so you said like guys retired at 30 years old. So you say you live to age 70.
Yeah.
So the next 40 years, you still have to take care of people if that's the arrangement that was set up. So you have things to where parents may retire because child naturally want to do it. I want to retire my parents. They don't never have to work and all that stuff again.
Some do, some don't. Go ahead, keep going.
So now you got a better responsibility. No, you not playing. You still got to take care of this.
They still look for that. Them lights to get paid, that mortgage to get paid.
Yeah,
Hey.
and then as you get older, things start getting more expensive as far as your healthcare and all that different type of stuff. And it's the burden that, hey, I have to do this. Know what I'm saying? And so some people would do this by die trying. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's, where they physically put themselves in position to where they may get harmed, or mentally put themselves in a position that they are harming themselves because they, like, I feel less than a man because I can't do this.
I can't
And
fulfill.
so-
I can't
I can do this for
fulfill
my
what
kids.
So that's another thing as far as like life insurance goes, are players getting life insurance early on in their careers, or because I know is once they get out the league, it's gonna be damn near impossible to find an affordable policy.
Well, not necessarily. Depending on like what type of injuries and stuff that you have. But a guy, a 22-year-old guy coming fresh out of college, he can get $1 million policy. It costs him like $50. You know what I'm saying? So just in case anything was to happen, and that's a term policy. And then some guys need more. You know what I'm saying? Because they worth more, and so if anything was to happen to where they was taken out of that situation, that money need to be there for the estate to sustain.
But shouldn't they be buying whole life policies? Because if you're talking about, or IULs, if you're talking about a term policy,
what?
That's only 30, 40 years.
Okay, so articulate to me a whole life policy.
One that he would put in that would gain cash value over time that may in
Explain
turn.
the cash value, and then when does it kick in?
That would be within the policy. 'Cause I know I had one that I started when I was in the Army. But my father has a Series 6 and a 220 license, so he kind of helped me with setting these things up. But I'm saying, but these guys have a whole different kind of money. We was broke in the military. Well,
No. Stay on topic.
Right. No, I'm saying is
Tell me about the whole life policy, and when does the cash value part start kicking in?
That was good, Rick. Stay on topic.
no. Well, mine kicked in probably I think after 8 years. I had enough that I could actually draw out, but I didn't have a lot
You still have
into
to pay
mine.
it back, though. You still have to pay it back.
Right. If you borrowed it out, you had to pay it back. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I want you to articulate to me what it is.
Still waiting on you, dog.
No. My point is, I know the basics of one. I don't know. I have people who are in that area. That's what I'm saying. When you said about the athlete, I'm saying they have a whole different kind of money. So why would they get a term life policy versus a whole life policy when they have a lot more?
So how much would a whole life policy for an athlete? Cause like
How much I think they should put into one?
So what's the value you think the athlete should put on that policy?
What, 10% of what they actually would earn?
It's a question, statement.
No, I'm saying I'm thinking about 10% of what they earn should go into that.
Okay, so a guy
Makes say he's making $1 million a year, and then I don't know what his tax requirements are at that time.
$100,000 policy, and he said by year 8 the cash value start kicking in.
It was the Rule 72, however it works, but Rule 8. So he's talking about 8 years, $100,000 policy. He should have. I shouldn't say what they should have. I'm thinking that an athlete would have $1 million, because some of us have $250, right?
Oh, you're backpedaling, Dawson.
No, I'm not.
No, but so I would say,
Hey, just ask ChatGPT.
Huh?
Just ask ChatGPT.
Well, I'd ask them. I'd ask my dad. But my point is, no, I'm just saying for an athlete, for me,
No, I'm sure.
I don't want to see what I got.
I'm sure
I got $250,000.
That's a avenue that that athletes they do use. So
No, I know.
and I'm familiar. That's why I'm kind of poking at you and making you articulate it rather than just say it wildly. Just say, "Oh, they should get this."
And
Okay,
you went to Jefferson
explain
University.
it.
No, it's not. But I don't know what that guy's economic situation is. I know what mine is. I'm speaking to the guy who went into the Army.
so I would say just for the life insurance purposes, the term life insurance is going to be cheaper on a monthly basis.
Right.
It's going to be a lot cheaper on a monthly basis,
Absolutely.
and it's going to have a higher death benefit payout. So it just depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for the death benefit, then you want a term life insurance policy, which it'll probably expire for someone who's 22, and you have to re-up again, and still you'll get a higher premium once you get to that age. But as the whole, which is more of I believe is an investment tool. So as far as the amount of money that you put in, like you saying, you put in 10%. If he making $1 million,
I said 10.
okay, with 10%.
I said 10.
And if you make $1 million and you put in 100,000, you might be able to withdraw that money at an earlier time instead of waiting for eight years because of the amount, because you did like a dump.
What can you withdraw?
It depends on the policy, how it's written up. So it just depends on how that policy is written up. So you can have the policy written up.
Yes or no? Can you withdraw the $250,000 you put in?
You cannot.
Hold on, Rick.
I don't.
When? At what point though?
Yeah.
Year 8, he said when the start kicking in.
Can you take out the
But
whole
it
amount?
depends on how the policy is written.
So how's it written?
It just depends on how the policy is written and different
Just give me
coverages
one that
and
fits.
different
Just give me one that fits what you trying to explain to me.
to draw the 250,000.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends. It will take time to grow so it's like the investments.
Mm-hmm.
So once it gets to a certain point, you would be able to draw over 250,000 with the whole term.
At what point is that?
It just depends on how. I can't tell you. Like it's like I can't tell you it's gonna be tomorrow. It's gonna be the day after. I can't tell you. It just depends on how that policy is written.
Mm-hmm.
So it just takes someone that's writing the policies that is really willing to give up all the money that they make on the front end to write a policy like that.
Well, so the thing, I think it would be good to like bring on like a financial advisor.
We had one 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That educate black people. You know what I'm saying, on the different policies and everything.
Absolutely.
But so you talk about the athlete. So at 22 years old, say he get a 20-year term life insurance policy.
Very low cost.
Yeah, cost him $50. That's peanuts to the elephant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to the
I can pay that.
Yeah, the average man. You know what I'm
But
saying?
you wouldn't get that rate. But go ahead.
No. You'll get.
Now he Waldo aren't you about 40?
Yeah, not now.
I'm 57.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm talking about at 22.
At 22.
Yeah.
At 22. All right, so let's say you get $1 million policy, and then
And think about your kids also, people.
yeah, get policies on them as well.
Yeah.
All right, and so the 20-year term policy ends at the age of 42. You still can get a real good policy for $1 million for under $200. I know because I have over $1 million life insurance on me for under $200.
You can.
And I'm 44. No, I'm saying, so like to me, you kind of like you have to look at to like, hey, the money that I'm putting into this, you know what I'm saying, this VUL, you know what I'm saying, is it outgrowing or is it growing at the pace of inflation and more, or can I use that same money and allocate it to different investments? You know what I'm saying, whether it's you know what I'm saying, private business, real estate, or whatever.
Well, your whole
should.
life would give you that versus
The whole life, but I think if you really look at your policy, when the numbers and stuff start kicking in, you talking about year 17, 18, that know what I'm saying, that you can't borrow, you can't take out you can't take out 250. It's not designed. You take
some don't have 250 in it though.
They earn.
Some of them got 250 in it.
Yeah.
So just because the policy has that value don't mean.
So
I said, but an athlete, he could, you call it. Somebody said the word dump. You could just
dump. Yeah, so you just dump.
You could dump
so
the
if you
value.
dump 250
the face value.
you probably can't
I
get
couldn't
250
dump
out
the face.
immediately.
Yeah, I can't dump 250.
But you might be able to get 200 out, depending on how it's written.
You tell me what you think or what you know.
I don't know. I ain't got 250.
but then there's other avenues as well. And I'm not saying you guys wrong. I just don't like a whole life insurance policy. Me and my guy, Chris Garrido, we go back and forth about it.
He like whole life.
Yeah, I don't like.
You know what I'm saying? He like whole life.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying, for what it has to offer. But you also can put money in a money market account. Like I got a kid right now that's on the NIL deal that his is generating $1,000 a month in a money market account by putting the same amount of money that know what I'm saying that you guys are referencing into a VUL policy. So there's nobody wrong. I just want
It just
you
depends
to
on
explain
what it works.
because a lot of people
didn't understand the
they
concept.
they do barbershop talk and say
Hey, every Wednesday at 12 o'clock, by the way.
Yeah, watch out, man.
They do this.
Great
They gonna do
segue.
the same thing to Mike. I seen online where Mike threw a beautiful out route, and somebody, the guy in the middle of the field, he was wide open.
You don't know what the progression is. You don't know.
You telling me what you know.
Right.
There you go. Appreciate that. So with that being said, I want to definitely thank y'all for coming out here, kicking it with us.
Oh, so you kicking us off the show right now? We was in a good conversation, D.
I know, but we got
It can be beneficial to a lot of people.
Somebody go to work tomorrow, so I'm gonna try to keep
There you
be
go.
respectful. There you go, right there. So Keisha, any shout out you want to give
With the 8th pick.
to your folks?
In the
shout out you
2024
wanna give?
NFL draft.
I'm good.
You ain't got no shout out, nobody.
You ain't gonna shout out your husband.
Nobody.
Shout out.
Your
Yeah,
kid.
shout out.
Your mama.
That's terrible. Rick, anybody
Somebody else stop.
Anybody you want to acknowledge?
Hey, shout out to the West.
Shout out to the West. Okay.
Yeah, nah, but
I'm gonna do Keisha shout outs.
Penix, Newman,
ahead,
Harris,
do-
Van
I'm gonna do
Shore,
Keisha shout out.
Kevin
Shout out to
Garrett.
Auntie Phil. Shout out to Miss Yvonne. Shout out to Tiffany, Tony,
Really?
and Richard. How Richard doing? He all right?
You doing doing good.
Okay, all right, that's my
Keisha
dog.
didn't know about it. That's
Shout out to
terrible.
Big
That's
Michael. Shout out to Lil Michael. Shout out to Marshawn and Makai. Shout out to all y'all.
They got a dog.
No, they got a whole litter. Shout out to Wolf Star Kennels.
Yes, we'll
Okay.
start Kennel.
Shout out to the wolf, the wolf, what is it? The wolf, the hen, the wolf hen,
We'll start hands.
Wolf Star hens.
So they got a killer and they got
Kennels,
head.
they got chickens. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, all that.
So kind of like Master P. C there, P there, Mama there. Okay, everybody there. Okay,
Shout out
cool.
to the chicken. Shout out to the dogs.
I got it.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna take our break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna hit y'all rapid fire. We're gonna keep y'all on. So let's recognize those that keep the lights on, man, for us.
By the way, shout out to Tony LaRussa, University of Thomas Jefferson High
Bro,
School,
please.
since y'all both wearing a hat.
Anyway, man, pull up a cigar like my man Will D, man. Every show we dedicate to him, man. CIGARLYFE.com. Got a lot of good apparel on there. You can pull up Dawson with his.
I don't think that website works anymore.
It don't. I'm gonna keep going. You know, my man, he's still with us. So I mean, I just recognize him.
You check
Yeah,
him out.
shout out to Will D.
See if you need something to keep it going.
Yeah,
We'll do it.
definitely. And GD Naps, let him know what you got going on. He showed out. Did he show out Thursday?
Yeah.
Very aggressive.
Yeah.
But go ahead. That's a segue.
Yes, he did.
Go ahead, sir.
I'll be back Thursday as well. In front
Oh,
of the City Council.
Lord.
But I wanted to make sure I did
Make
give
sure
a
you
shout
send
out
me
to
that
the
link.
2025 graduates of the University of Thomas Jefferson High School. Continue to be great. And to make everybody aware that June is PTSD awareness
So no other
month.
schools in the county.
Mental health
Nobody get
awareness.
recognized.
I can't say the ones I didn't graduate from. I got a sheepskin from the University of Thomas Jefferson High School. And that June is definitely PTSD Awareness Month. 22 veterans take their lives every day, and we're working to get those numbers down. So listen, if you're a veteran, they're not giving you anything, you have earned it. So make sure that you take advantage of those benefits that you have earned. And I'm Greg Dawes, GD9 Attorney Pro Se Consultants. We help people navigate the sometimes difficult journey of self-representation.
Oh, you don't say arduous no more?
Well, it is definitely arduous, and I have an arduous journey of getting this.
Arduous journey.
Yeah, I had to get this
Treacherous.
this appendix done for my.
You finna have your appendix taken out?
No, I have a brief appendices for the brief I have to do in the 11th
You never
Circuit.
use this big word. Let
Well,
him be
no,
great,
that's I had to
Waldo.
get. I had this
I
thing
got
going.
you, bro. I understand.
The 11th
Let him use
Circuit.
this big word, Waldo. Let him be
but
great,
check
dog.
this out. I have it ready by the 11th.
And you live Thursday, right?
And I'm definitely live
Hey,
Thursday.
send me the link, bro.
Yeah, send me the link. Yeah, send the link out.
Send me the link, bro.
Send the link
Hey,
out.
just check
Let's
out the Facebook
If y'all want
page
something to
or
get a good laugh
I'ma
Thursday,
post
send
it.
the link out to everybody, dog. Let everybody see it.
No,
Okay.
just you can always go to the City of Tampa's website. And by the way, we need more people. And if you happen to be in education, come down to the city council meetings, voice your opinions,
So you can go off. Okay.
and also the county
I
commissioners.
think he
meeting.
racist.
I ain't want to say
I
it.
don't have that much power, but we're gonna talk about that
The
though.
dude said his name wrong. He snaps. I'm just like, man, he tripping. Like, he jumped out tripping. Pull up Elevated Designs for us
If you
real
say
quick.
Daryl,
Yeah,
you know.
I'd have went for it, man. I would have tripped. Go check Elevated Designs out 813-400-7015. Got some Juneteenth. Got some Juneteenth shirts out
Don't you
as
call
well.
me by that. My name
Go
is
check them out.
Matez.
Pull up Carlos Auto Repair Center.
Call me that.
I'm gonna call you by your name.
Anybody need any auto repairs work?
Hey, I
Go
forgot.
check out
Thank you,
Carlos.
Mrs.
Yeah,
New-
Auto Repair Center.
Yeah, that's
Where
my
am I
guy.
That's your guy too? Okay,
Yeah.
everybody know Low.
Carlos the other day.
813-443-4730. Yeah,
man.
low
I done
ride
said-
with the pay. He got the Pacers winning in 5. That's what he said.
Okay.
They lost last. They lost last night.
They
bro.
got they got to win the next 3, so we'll see. Then also pull up my man Spencer Johnson down at SC Pool Service 813-802-9496.
Shout out to
Go
Spence,
online,
man.
scpoolservice.com. Pacers Resurfacing, supply, install pump, automation soft system, heat pumps, automatic cleaners, acrylic deck, algae cleanup. Also, my man Paul Archer. Happy birthday, Paul. Paul turned
Hey, man, happy birthday
and
to Paul, man.
congratulations to your baby. Happy birthday and congratulations.
813-408-9112.
How old he
Tavern
turned?
Tit Shop. 50-51.
Okay, shout out to
Tavern Tit
Paul,
Shop
man.
at
Happy birthday, man.
gmail.com.
You got an auto repair dude?
Yeah, Carlos Auto Repair.
No, I'm talking about bumpers. Like my daughter, she hit.
Oh, yeah, I can send you the cab. Yeah, I need the information. You tell I got you.
Okay.
You got
I got
one of them
your
too, huh? Yeah.
I got you.
She hit a little.
Yeah,
And then also,
bruh.
you know, we got
Bruh.
Kings can do the rapid fire. Pull up Wingstop for us real quick. Got 10 locations throughout the Bay Area. What's all that about on Hillsborough, Waldo?
Oh yeah, there's an amateur dancing spot called Alibi
Yeah,
right
so
across the
about
street.
amateur dancers, jump out of cakes, whatever, those ACC or like, you know, yeah, trying to pay for tuition over there, 2115 in
Oh, no,
Hillsborough.
they not paying for tuition over there.
They pay for tuition.
They ain't getting out of high school over there.
They paying Tico.
Paying for blunts and buns, right?
They paying T-Boo. Okay.
Yeah.
10019 up there, baby.
They
Out there by
got to
Whiskey
get their
North.
Sheen account paid
Right there,
off.
Kathleen, 4217 South Florida.
Get Afterpay.
And we out there also by the old Salvation Army, 14915 North Florida. Way out there, Oldmont, Hillsborough, 8436 West Hillsborough. We also 107 South Dale, baby.
Pay on
Recording
the
Kid in Dale,
$24 card.
baby. 23048 Florida Highway 54, 813 704 9464 1219 Bruce B. Downs. And we still got 2 locations. We got Chop Shop headquarters, 9305 North 56th Street. And where it all started, man, 2776 North Fowler, 813-903-9464.
I take Apple.
We do
I
not
take
we do
Afterpay.
not own the right to this music. We'll be right back with Rapid Fire.
If you go to the website, you can. Hey, that's why no excuses. I do take Klarna and Afterpay.
You do?
Gee.
Appreciate y'all waiting on us. This is yours truly, EZDZ, back with got to do rapid fire. I'm tripping. I done got
You don't
stuck
even
up
know
with
where
you.
you at.
Yeah, I already know where I am. So we got world famous Waldo, Reverend Waldo, Dade City founder.
You welcome.
Wow.
Amen. Amen. Come with me.
Amen.
Talk to him now.
AK
Talk to
Ruff
him.
Grand Dogs.
What do you want?
Okay, King's Care. Rapid fire brought to you by King's Care. Waldo, do your thing, baby.
Hey man, shout out to my wife. Her vision, we brought to life for a king made by a queen.
I love that slogan.
Check us out.
I love that slogan.
Check us out on Amazon.
Newborn baby, don't
Check us out on Amazon. We in the Brandon Mall. Make sure you check us out on Instagram.
Got
Kings.
homemade?
Yeah, Kings_care. On
I'm
Instagram.
waiting on do-rag.
Kings.
That's what I'm waiting on.
Kingscare with a K.com.
Get the beard on.
Got
Beard oil, beard wash,
homemade.
beard conditioner.
I need to come see you.
There you
Yeah.
go. Boom.
I need
Beard
to
oil,
see
beard wash,
Torre
beard
Jack, I see
conditioner,
Torre Jack got cleaned up.
Shampoo.
Torre like new money over there.
shampoo, conditioner,
Torres?
and a
Torre,
pomade.
here, Clyde.
Any Father's
you.
Day
Oh no, I'm straight.
We do have Father's Day deals, and she told me to tell y'all, and I almost forgot. Appreciate it, Torres. So we do have Father's Day deals. You'll come go and check out the website, and we do have merch as well. So Black men deserve luxury. T-shirts. Just check out the website and make sure y'all.
Reeb on the show.
You say I'm in the mall? You're in Brandon Mall?
Yeah, in the Brandon Mall.
They online
everyday
too.
shop.
They online too, Rick.
No, I need to get it right away.
Right away,
So
right
you,
here.
nah, so you
I'm
can
not,
order.
I'm
you-
that type of buyer.
I mean, I feel you. You can order.
Waldo take care.
order
You
it,
put
man.
in Waldo. Y'all can do call Waldo. Waldo got.
Either pick it up.
He
or
the, he the
we-
vice
should have
president.
got some in the car?
Waldo the vice
Nah, ain't
president.
nothing in the
You're
car.
not applying yourself. You're not applying yourself, smoking.
He don't
Yeah,
hustle.
he
He
ain't
don't
no
hustle
hustle.
like
Yeah,
that.
you probably have some in the car.
You ain't no
I ain't
cop
got-
J.
It's
Reed.
in my wife's car. It's in my wife's car.
You ain't no cop
She
J.
trapping
Reed.
out- She
You
trapping
out
out
here
the shop. She trapping out the shop.
Let's go do this real quick with y'all.
All right.
Favorite food to eat.
Chitlins.
Wings.
Wings. Flats or drums?
Rich
Flats.
was honest about
Okay.
it.
Favorite dressing? Like ranch? What's your favorite? Ranch blue
Ranch
cheese?
dressing.
What you put on your chitlins since you said chillin'?
Hot sauce, yellow rice, mustard greens, or collards.
God dang.
What last time you had chillin'?
It's been a minute.
You
you
don't
looking
put
for something?
no vinegar on there?
It's already done. See,
Okay.
you the best chitlin maker ever
Okay. Ever?
is in Pasco. Her name is Miss Phyllis.
Who is Miss Phyllis?
She's some kin of Nikki Lamar.
Okay.
Best chitlins ever.
Ever?
Ever. I'm sorry to start.
That might be Grill of my. That might be Grill of my people in Pine.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to Big Pine. That's my homie.
Oh, you know Big Pine?
Come on, everybody know Pine. Teddy. Everybody know them. Teddy
Yeah.
kept my hair back in the day.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
All right, you went to Teddy house?
No, Teddy was cutting hair in the city. He was cutting hair here.
Oh, you couldn't have here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nah, I
That
went
was,
in the
years, that was
garage.
years ago. You was getting dropped off at the mall back then.
No.
That was years ago,
I
bro.
was going to Teddy garage.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was going to Teddy garage to get a haircut.
See, that was that was still JIT days though. Favorite actor,
Actor?
actress.
God, I don't know. No, I don't know.
You ain't got one you want?
Whoa.
Favorite movie.
House party and Friday.
What about you?
Oh yeah, Friday.
Friday.
Yes.
Favorite character in Friday.
Let's see.
Do you like the whole Friday series?
I do, except for the second one.
So
I like the
Money
second
Mike
No, the
or Smoke?
funniest
Who's
one.
the funniest one to you?
I like, funny. I'll Chris Tucker. I would say.
Smokey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Smokey.
House party. Favorite scene in House Party for you?
When they at the table.
I can't say it on TV.
Yes, you
You
can.
talking about the first one?
That's what they got. They used to call you
I'm
jawbone.
You trying to burn it back?
I knew you.
That's three.
Boy, you a lucky man. Ooh, he was a lucky man.
Hey, okay, road trip. You can take 3 musical artists, their whole catalog. What's your 3?
Jay-Z,
Okay.
Hove,
That's okay. That's 2.
William M. Holler.
So just Jigga, that's it? You don't need else for Jigga?
I don't need nothing else.
What's your 3? Please, give me 3.
wanna know
Don't be
mine?
difficult, please.
All right.
And it don't matter what you
Okay.
like. Call it out.
Sexy Red.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, mama.
Okay,
I
turn
like,
up, man, Keisha.
I like Boss Man D-Lo.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Jamaican music. Gotta play that.
Okay.
So
it's
it's
just
gonna be.
like- it's like a
You only
mixtape.
got one more now.
You said 3.
Yeah. So you got who you got? It's an
She
artist.
said a mixtape. So
No,
anybody,
let's see what the
Buju
who
Banton.
does Jamaica? Yeah, Buju.
All right, if I had to
Barris
pick.
Hammond, who?
Nancy. What's
No.
Nancy?
They said Bears Hammond. No, man.
Shensia.
Sexia?
Shensia.
Shensia. Okay.
I like Sister Nancy.
You ain't gonna say
Okay.
Spice?
No.
Favorite, okay, let's do this. Favorite old school artist.
Marvin Gaye.
Who you like?
MC Light.
Boss Man D-Lo.
MC Light?
MC Light.
She went
That's a hip hop
from
head.
hip hop. You say she went straight
That's,
hip hop the
that's,
whole way.
that's a hip hop head.
Except for the Jamaican one.
Best restaurant in Lubbock.
Where?
Oh, I don't know.
Where you like to eat? Where you go? You eat away in Lubbock? Like, you know, got a little pale grandmother come in. You ain't go to where
I went to churches.
with the churches. favorite place to eat in Cookville.
Training
In
table.
Cookville, it was Captain D's.
Captain D's. Okay.
They still have them?
Yeah, they got one on
And
60.
I actually went back there.
It's Captain
when
D's
we
on
went-
60?
Yeah,
There's one in Dade City.
It's one in Dade City.
it's right there by across from down the Burlington and all that. Yeah, they got
That's
Captain
Long
D's.
John Silver's.
Yeah, that's Long John.
Damn, sure is. You right? I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
Yeah, Captain
I know what
D's in
Captain
Dade
D's
City,
is.
man. If y'all want to,
They
y'all
got
want to
Captain
come,
D's
man,
in
come to
Dade
the
City?
city, man.
Pull up.
Yeah, pull up Sunday.
In fact, then we're gonna do this when we leave.
Yeah.
Brother Captain D, give me a little plank.
Yeah, I
and,
I'm in charge. I told you, you got to listen to me when we
oh
out
yeah,
there. Now.
can
We
y'all
all
clarify
had it.
that? Cause Waldo said he in charge of the
I'm in
event. He said he gonna
charge.
tell me what to do. And I already know
he
they're
on
gonna
your
get out of
team?
hand. He
I
gonna
don't
dog
know.
me out there. So
I don't know what team he on. He
Keisha,
gonna
Rick,
get fired,
please.
though.
See that?
You in charge of what?
He's in charge of the event.
I'm trying to figure
That's what he
out.
told me. He said he gonna dog. Yeah, so Rick, please.
Hey, hold on.
I come to you humbly.
Let me give you some of this pressure.
Okay.
I told him he gonna get fired if he don't listen.
And let's pass the bill to him.
I don't want the bill. I don't want the bill.
The invoices I need to send you.
Okay. Well, I did
I
want
don't
to thank
want the
y'all
bill.
for
That's
coming
it?
out. That's it. It's real quick.
Oh, man.
You
Ain't
got some
crazy.
more questions for Keisha, though. She
yeah,
act
you
like
do?
she ain't want to talk.
Yeah, get Keisha.
What?
Okay.
What's the
Favorite subject in school?
Math.
You?
Man, high school?
Just college. Love it. Whatever. High school. Whatever.
In college, I had a favorite professor.
Okay. Who was that?
Miss Andrea McCoy.
She
Okay.
taught.
She made me believe that I was a good student.
Any advice you could
Oh,
give
she was a sorcerer.
a mother of an athlete?
Another of an athlete.
Any advice you give a mother of an athlete?
Deion Ward. You
Provide that
Deion
support,
Ward.
whether it's highs and lows, through the highs and lows. Just be there to support them.
Any advice you give a young kid out of West Tampa right now trying to find their way to academic, athletic, whatever it is,
Life.
life?
Listen.
Yeah.
Hey, that's powerful.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's powerful right there.
Okay. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff.
Sell some earwax around it. Around here. Boy.
Do you talk at games? Do you clown like cut up at games?
Yeah, especially get a couple of
Very
drinks in
competitive.
me.
You competitive?
You see the,
Huh?
Is she
they always catch her with awkward looks when they flash the camera. She be like,
I don't know. I'll be ready.
"We talk about that, hey, Keisha. They
I
gonna
know.
flash the camera."
I know. I get crunk,
That's cool.
especially at
the
the
funny
ACL
is-
game.
The funniest moment though when they put Joe on the camera said that was little Michael Daddy.
Oh,
Joe Bay. Shout out to Joe Bay. Haystack. Shout out to Haystack. But I'm gonna tell you what's funny now.
Was that in Indiana? That
that was
was
a Washington game.
I'm gonna tell you what.
whoever they was blowing whoever out.
Hey.
Michael done left. Joe over there by himself. He got his feet up on the.
And they said Michael Penix daddy.
Penix dad.
But I'm gonna tell you something funny when we check out. When y'all did the draft, I was like, Waldo, man, just let me know what's up with the draft. I was like, man, they only allow like 30 people. I ain't even on the list right now. So if I ain't going, you,
expanded the list. They expanded the list.
if I ain't going, you know you ain't going. So I'm like, okay, let me go to work the game then. So let me know when he get. I'll see when he get drafted. But I want to thank y'all for coming on, kicking it with us. Man, we can't wait till the 29th. We're gonna be out there. Chop gonna represent, pull up, whatever's needed. I'm not reporting to Waldo, so I'm throwing it out there
You
now.
is. You don't get
Real
fired out
Keisha,
there, man.
Whatever y'all need us to do, I'm not working with Waldo. So just letting y'all know.
Just pray for a successful event.
That's all we can ask for. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, 250
And if success
kids.
take for me to fire you, that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, definitely going to be something going on that Monday on the show.
We'll have
so
we'll have somebody step up in your place, D.
Okay.
Somebody off the waiting list.
And you might get fired on the show. So I can't do that that day. So I can definitely hop on you.
Nah,
man.
but Waldo, he got a role.
Oh yeah, Waldo.
got-
Tell you, Waldo
He a
is
team
the
lead. We got a
Waldo
lead
is
Lamar.
the guy. That's why I try to tell people I can never go wrong with Waldo. Is my dude. Waldo's the best man about where he was late, showing up, but he did come though.
Hey, but
That's my guy, man.
I text him. I said, "Hey, what's your T-shirt size?" That's the law.
On that note,
Wow.
like what you got on, Cap. Okay. So with that being said, huh? Dry fit, slim fit,
Slim fit.
slim husky. Okay, that's cool. Sorry, you don't mind pull that last picture up I sent to you, man. So we something near and dear to us we do try to do every year, man, within the community. No, there you go.
There we go.
Okay.
Humble Hustle Chop Shop doing our back to school book bag giveaway. We're gonna start that out. Probably put something out tonight. We're gonna do it August 9th at Morgan High School in Wild Mama. They're about to open up a new high school
Oh, okay.
out there in the area. We got Tampa.
Aquila
so
J.
that's
Morgan.
coming. Huh?
You say
Aquila
Kia.
J. Morgan.
Yeah, Aquila J. Morgan. So we had them come on earlier this year. So we're trying to do something to give back, like I say, to get book bags for the kids. They got 86% minority, Hispanic, African American. So we're trying to help them out to get them started, get them off on a good note. So whatever you can give, I'll be putting some on Facebook later on the night. So it's all about making a difference, giving back, man. So this is our fourth annual
Get
thing
back
that
to
we
the
do.
global majority.
Last year y'all had a lot of book bags, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gave out a whole bunch of them.
Y'all had a lot of book bags.
And then it'd be fun if people come in. I've come to get one for my baby. Can I get one for my neighbor? Like, man, these book bags, we ain't holding them. Just get what you need. So we got Demetria George coming on with us next Monday. Open up for Bubba Dub next Friday on the 20th. So that's gonna be good. So also shout out all the dads sitting up here kicking. Shout out to your husband. All the fathers out here, man. You definitely make a difference. So.
And it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Absolutely, yeah. So you will get the big piece of chicken on Sunday.
Hopefully.
You ain't got to fight for that. So I'm on the campaign to see all the restaurants swole like it be for Mother's Day.
Man.
I want to ride down
Man,
6
you can
and
walk
see
to
every
the front of
restaurant
the
crowded.
line on Father's Day.
Oh yeah, you go right here, Red Lobster. You ain't no wait. Come on in. Sit right here, sir. Wherever you want to sit. You can play football in Red Lobster on Sunday.
Ask Keisha if she eat at Red Lobster.
I do.
No, you don't.
You ain't Red Lobster, Keisha?
I ain't realize.
Times change.
No, whatever.
Yeah. Them
steak.
times
I
done
eat
changed.
They got
Red
carpet in the
Lobsters.
restaurant.
Whatever. Don't listen.
No, Keisha.
Why
They ain't
you
gonna lie
tell
to
me
you.
that?
If they got carpet in the mall, I went to Mobile. And they had carted them out like, this is not happening.
Carpet in the mall?
In the mall.
Yeah, them
Just like Floorland was back in the day. You old school. You know Floorland Mall, don't
It's
you?
definitely
No, I used
musty.
to go to the flea market on 22nd.
Okay, but yeah, they had carpet and Floorland, so that definitely wasn't happening. That wasn't happening. So
Don't listen to Ricky.
we done kept Tori late night. Tori, I'm sorry, we done kept you late tonight. I want you to go home and get beat up. So
Oh, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, he had it.
got a new haircut too.
He had to park away from the building too.
Yeah, so then why we do Waldo before we get out of here, man? Who's got it better than us?
Nobody.
Keep God first. Love your family, man. When you see us, holler good night. We gone.